Greetings, and welcome to another episode of Breaking the Loop. We're back here again. Greetings, welcome, man. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Breaking the Loop. We're sitting down tonight with Ricardo Mills, legend better known as Jar Defender. So, we log on. There we go. Greetings. Welcome to the program, man. Welcome. Blessed love. Hope everybody had a good week thus far. And as strength. As I say, we're holding a little reasoning this evening with Jar Defender. All right. So let us know the thing. Live reasoning session with our guest Ricardo Mills, Jar Defender. All right. So by the time let's share up the thing, share it up. Let me get the numbers up because this one will be a good one. Trust me when I tell all of that. All right. So let's share up the little live. Let me get the numbers up. By the time I had this little track here from Defender, one of my personal favorite. Them not bad like Jack. See? So we go lead out to this by the time let's share up the live. We get the people to come in the inside. I full reasoning tonight.
None of them not tough like Jah. None of them not rough like Jah. Selassie, I say him a the ruler and the emperor. Them can't shake up the earth like Jah.
Welcome everybody to the program. Welcome to another week of Breaking the Loop. Princess Hernandez, blessings. Welcome to the program, man. Blessed good night. Tonight we just holding us our reasoning with the Belgian Jar Defender. Touch on some topics, you know. Just got another point of view. Honestly, I just wanted to come off the whole Corona topic just for a little bit, give people a little chance to them meditation, just to expand a bit more, you know, rather than just the day and, you know, this depressing news right through now. So, you know, I just decided to change on the program a little bit this week and bring a little different vibe. So, let them know if I'm growing. Breaking the Loop. Yes, man, Karen McAllister. Big artist for that, for sure. And big tune too. That is one of my personal favorites from the dead. So let's share up the thing, let me go. Let's make the thing look nice tonight, Jerry, you know? Yeah. Them judgment it coming no doubt. Selassie never wear me shows. None of them not tough like Jah. None of them no rough. So we go on with the program officially after this track here then finish. So you got a little time to share the live. You know, share it in all your various groups, share it on all your timeline. You know, let me bring in a few more people to the reasoning. I'm going to add the link. If anybody later on into the show, when I open up that section, if anybody would like to call in and give us an input on any one of the topics that we're talking on, I'll share the link here and I'll pin it to the bottom. So just click the link, add your name, and follow it, and follow us straight inside. Alright? As well, we're streaming on on 3 of the different platforms tonight. We're on my Facebook page, this is Isaiah Lion Daniel Facebook page. We're also on the Breaking the Loop page, and we're on YouTube. You know, you can let me know where you're viewing from. And most of the people will be coming from Facebook. And them got them automatic fire. Still none of them can boss it like Jah. None of them no rough like Joan Sylvester, blessed good night, man. Welcome to the program. Greetings. Enough of them not tough like Jah, you know. Enough of them not tough like Jah. Enough of them not rough like Jah either. So we did so. Alright. So tonight I want to invite my bedroom to join me on the live. Man like Jar Defender, Ricardo Mills. Alright. Blessed love, Virgin. Greetings.
My Lord. Blessed love.
Love and respect. Rastafari. Love, just love. We give thanks for you being here. We give thanks for you being part of the program tonight. You know, goodness. Love and mercy. You settle up there? All right. So we here, Candace Corrode, big up yourself, blessed love.
Small thing.
All right. Yeah, and a kind of little small crackling noise in truth. Joy Gold, big up yourself, manners and respect. You know, big up all the ones and twos on the inside, man. Big up all the ones and twos on the inside. We here, you know, up for reasoning. So tonight, we'll just be holding our reasoning about a few topics like slavery, racial division, reggae in Trinidad, Rastafari culture in Trinidad. All right, let me bring back in the bedroom on the inside. Defender.
Yes, Majesty. Blessed love, Trinidad and Tobago.
Blessed love.
Give
Blessed love.
thanks. My brother Isaiah for having this show, you know what I mean? And being a voice speaking out because nobody really speaking out, you know what I mean? So as a man, appreciate what you're doing still, you know? Rastafari.
Manners and respecting. To whom much is given, much is asked for in return, same way, you know?
No.
Manners and respect. So I give thanks to the platform and the ability to do the things that I do. So to spread the love.
Yes.
Pick up my bedroom, flagman on the inside. So we'll go forward here now. And Defender, you tell the people a little bit about who is your Defender, where the IR come from, what the IR journey was like, and where the IR is now in the IR career. So the people got a little understanding of the thing.
Respect and manners. First of all, greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty and Prime Minister first, you know. The ancient creation, King Alpha and Queen Omega. Begin without end, the first out last, protect the rate of all human faith and root of the universe. Jah, Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Well, born Ricardo Mills, you know, a single mother I grew with in Digo Martin, Petit Valley, Digo Martin. And I don't know, watching my mother go through and seeing the struggles that she have to go through towards a single mother, you know, and seeing the injustice of the what you would call quote unquote bosses and the you know the system set
Yeah.
how and then me, you know, in secondary school being a teenager, you know, around in the 90s, you know, conscious music was the hits of the day, you know, so all these things kind of molded me to where I am now as a Rastafarian and even as a reggae artist, you know. So there's just like a small summary of I and I still, you know what I mean, for all those who don't really know me. And those who may have a little clue about Jah Defender in Trinidad. Long time singing reggae music, long time standing for the people, singing words of righteousness, stand up and people in Trinidad to be good, no matter if you're rich or you're black, you're Indian, you're African, it don't matter. One God, one aim, one destiny, that's Rastafari mission, you know. And that's what Jah Defender is about, you know.
We getting a slight interference with your audio on your end, say boy, King boy. I know some things seem to be moving or blowing. You have a fan blowing on you close to you or something?
Oh, it's song in my land.
Yeah. It sounds a little better there. When I speak again, it as well.
Feedback kind of breaking up something, but it kind of workable so that you end it clear, even though I end that, you know.
All right. I know I yeah, now the thing just go same way. Now the thing just set same way. All right. But in terms yeah, the audio is sticking. Yeah. Talk the bedroom, let me just see how the audio coming through on your ends. Now again it real again it's soft on your ends here, boy. Compared to how we was getting it before just now. Alright, don't worry, we go sort it out to me. Yeah, you better, you know. Just, something on my...
Yes, Trinidad. Stand up and for equal rights and justice, you know. That should be our voice. You know. Stand up behind the brothers and sisters, you know, the children, the elders. You know what I mean? Yeah, that we have to stand
Yeah.
up because all over the world, you know. Yeah, so.
All right. So
Like,
defender.
about, you know. Yeah, man.
Right. So I want to ask you just to take a small pause, right? Just to take a small pause and log out and log back in for me, please. All right. Just log out and log back in by the time. So by the time I'll drop this one call, by the time we sorting out the one thing, let them
shorty.
know the thing just
Yo, it's a defender burn the wicked in a hurry. Can't stop my flow, can't stop me, oh no. Cause I see I bless I so. They can't stop us now, can't touch me, oh no. But the most I make us grow. Bad mind and envy,
they know this, but we just sort of know the thing. Right?
Defend your crown.
Yeah, just know what.
Try push you
It's
around. You not take
love
the
stick.
bullets and from the ground. People will do anything nowadays. We hold you back. We hold you back.
Love. Well, let's take this time to spread. Share up the live.
Plan for attack.
We'll be back with you later.
All the team out say this and that. Say this and that. Yo, last time I burn them in the fire. Yes, me burn them up so hot. Nobody can ride me after me and no mule. Man a professor in a DJ school. Comfy and still I see I golden rule. With the words of me mouth, microphone and me tool. Don't shawty, you know we are no fool. Enemies, them are my footstool. We say bad mind, ain't no friend of mine. Them a human swine, them unkind. They can't stop my flow, can't stop me, oh no. Cause I see I bless my soul. They can't touch us, no. Can't stop me, oh no. The most I bless I soul. Them want try stop you, them want try stop you. Tell them go away. Them can't touch you, them want stop you. Them want try stop you, tell them run away. Yeah. King Selassie, I got and got you with the blessing and the most, you know it's true. Wicked dirty Babylon, them a forget slew, them a boo. Me say me ask them a who. Yeah, Madinina, straight to Trinidad, burn the fire. Hey, we are Rasta, we are yellow, the lion of Judah. Boom, they can't stop my flow, can't touch me, oh no.
What do you think?
But Selassie, I bless my soul. They can't stop your flow, can't touch me, oh no. Cause Selassie, I make I grow. Again, bad mind and envy, them who are pull you down. Dust them off and defend your crown. Don't make nobody try push you around. You're not take no bullies and from an the ground. People will do anything nowadays. We hold you back, we hold you back. Smile in front your face, behind corner. Them plan them attack, plan for attack. Them spread propaganda. Hold the team out, say this and that, say this and that. Dan shawty, hold them in the fire and we burn them up so hot. Nobody can ride me after we are no mule. Man a professor in a DJ school, comfy and still Selassie I golden rule. Microphone and the words are my tool. Yeah, don't know we are no fool. All enemies are my footstool. King Selassie I give me the rule. Now Babylon fire, that one I name them. Can't stop my flow, can't stop me, oh no. Cause Selassie I make me Rastafari. They can't stop us, no. Can't touch me, oh no. Cause Selassie I make me grow. Yeah, yeah,
Tonight we'll be discussing a few issues. So we just wanted to be able to the bedroom, just sorting out the audio on his ends, and he'll be right back with me. So as I said, tonight's topic, we'll be talking about slavery. We'll be talking about racial division, reggae in Trinidad and Tobago, and the Rastafari culture in Tobago, and overall reasoning seemingly, you know. As I say, we would post in the section the link, so anybody could feel free to Tap into the program when they're ready, same way, man. Right? Just click on the link and the link will bring you in setways. Alright, the veteran back inside. Greetings, King.
Majesty.
Alright.
Good to know?
Yeah. Yeah, yes, I. Yes,
Love.
I. Proper thing then.
Right.
Proper thing.
Yeah, man.
Alright, let me just get it back. Yes, man. So we there. So
Yes.
we'll just pick back up off where we left off, and in that terms, just tell the people a little bit about your musical career, when it started, some of the accomplishments you have accomplished, and some of the journey you've been on as an artist.
My first song and my first release was 2006. I impressed tune him. I don't wanna lose you all now. And from then on it really started to kick off. In 2014, I did an album with a French label. The album was nominated for one of the best roots album in 2014 alongside the likes of Chronics when he now come out, and Albert Rossi and Junior Kelly, and so it was an honor.
Congratulations, still, me, Virgin.
Give thanks, my virgin. It was really an honor
Yeah.
to be nominated amongst the likes of them and them.
Yes,
And
I.
with that move, then I ended up going to Martinique to do African liberation. No, a Bob Marley celebration, with strong celebration. And from then on, going to Martinique, then eventually I end up in Paris and started to do a tour called Warrior Tour for about 2.5 months to 3 months. We went to Germany, we went to Holland, we went to Austria, and more north and south France, Paris and down Strasbourg side, And I ended up creating a good vibe in Martinique. Martinique is like my second home, Martinique is the fancy name for it, but amongst the black man them who live in there and the black woman, they call it Madinina because them speak Creole, which is a language that they speak so that the slave master wouldn't understand them. So after I ended up linking up there and do our next album called Things in Time. It was an EP, which was really a crossover with the same song, the video, Can't Stop Me Now. And that was the same song on that EP. And that EP also was nominated for Best New, one of the best in the category of Best New EP, from the same Reggae Phil and Reggae France, So, second album, same kind of, encouragement from the listeners and the people and them who have the little forums that have the eye on reggae music, no matter where you come from, And again, I returned to Germany again and Holland again, the same places. This time I just went to Switzerland. It was a new place, And continue the works again in Martinique, because remember Martinique is a French colony. So that is why I say when to touch Martinique now and them kind of ways, more than the French listening here and the French listening to reggae music will really gravitate to you or see you now. You know what I mean? And if you're really interested in you go to the business going forward, yeah. So end up the Paris trip, I was supposed to go before COVID too, but John no best. I was supposed to go back on my fourth tour, European tour. It was planned to be even a little broader and all in Italy and things, but it's one of them place and things. So yeah, I continue cutting music, working on 3 simultaneous albums right now.
All right.
And just continue pushing that route because I still try to work as an artist, to continue creating and being a voice for your people, It's a passion too. So that's what we're really doing with Johnny Fender at the moment right now and for the last couple of years, and that's just building up to I musical career, So there's a lot of works you can purchase the music them on iTunes and Spotify and you know what I mean. So yes, I understand. You're gone, Natty.
Yes, I. Yeah, I don't know if it's the internet. I don't know what So in terms, well, you're working on
day as well. I real feedback. Say again, my lord.
I say in terms of working on the album.
Yes.
Yeah. So you say you currently have 4 albums in the workings. 3.
Two be an album, but we consider all of them album 7 songs on the 1 with 14 songs.
Alright. Manners. So I want we to go in a little bit on the topics and then we have to reason same way. We getting a dread feedback. I don't know why. That's the first time I've ever heard that audio coming through like that. No, but we'll go forward still because your love is your love. Yeah? Yeah, they said again the feedback, again the little feedback from on your ends. You have on the speaker that you say you was going to plug in?
No, I use my phone alone,
Just your phone?
Yeah, you're loud and clear. Yeah, okay. No Bluetooth speaker, nothing book up right now at all.
Alright, we just getting a little slight crackling from on your ends there. I know, of course, that. But so one of the topics we want to talk about tonight, same way, it's slavery. Does it still exist? And if so, in what manner? Right? We're talking about both physical slavery and mental slavery. All right. So I want to get your opinion on does slavery still exist, and if so, in what manner?
Yeah, man, slavery never done, because as we can see right now, too, they're threatening people and things with vaccine just to speak about it, just to show the slavery. And if they're already threatening me already with a small salary, they don't threaten people with a real small minimum wage and salary already. You know what I mean? Now slavery coming and the same. You want work, you want money, you have to listen to me. No, your body belongs to you, so that's just one form of slavery there, so that's just a straight thing done. No.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sometimes people just have to take injustice on our workplace. In most workplaces, just because they know they have to get a salary to take care of the picky and then they are another form of slavery, my lord. You know what I mean? Because it's like and chain and putting in the cane field, they are going to school to get their education to come and build up them castle and build up them place. No, I have no problem.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the education and things, because children have to live and right, and nothing wrong with a youth man trying to excel in being an architect or whatever it may be. These things is good things. We need these man then. But the whole system set away from our youth man is 8 to 4, is 8 to 2, and then 8 to 4, then 9 to 5, then for minimum wage, and then the boss ain't really cares about you, and he don't really care about you in reality, because he's not going to get a raise, and he acting like he gave you so much, so that's slavery, my lord.
Yeah. It's a form of systematic slavery, for lack of a better way to put it.
When you create that type of slavery now, you create a whole heap of division. You rise up enviousness in flesh. You rise up a whole heap of negative emotions, because it's crab and barrel kind of lifestyle where you put a bunch of people. People have to remember that, what people forgetting, my lord, slavery, the actual slavery itself.
Definition of slavery.
Right now, and I black brethren and sisters and brothers and sisters will tell you how we free. We are no shackles on my hand, and we are no. So that is one form there within itself, because the man will think you free in this system. You don't know what going with you, my lord, or a woman will think they're free, and then see it. You know what I mean? So
because the eyes closed,
Yes, and stiff-neckedness too. Stiff-neckedness, slavery. All right. The Chinese man was up in his place doing anything. The Indian man was in India doing his thing by the Ganges River, liking himself. The African man was in Africa doing his thing and his culture and tradition. Now the European nation, now I am not a racist. I'm not racist, because God make everybody. So it's not from me. I'm not under racial. And that's stupid. That ain't really safe.
Yeah, but we're coming from a factual place, not a racial place.
Yes, younger people and even people we age and think to have to understand that as the years go by, they do not mention slavery. No, Trinidad independence was when 19 when they say my lord 1962 I think.
Yeah,
Right.
I think
Just the other day, my lord.
yeah.
If our
Yeah, we is a
elders,
young nation.
if our elders could tell you about them time in there when them was oppressed, and
Yeah.
they see parents and father having to go to school barefoot and thing while they see slave masters and other people in shoes and etc. And the Roman
Yeah.
Catholic and the Spanish. So I would like for the youths and them to the younger, because the youths and them have to lead the way to, all they want to talk about the youths and them, this and that and this and that and this and that. It are big people and elders too who the same way, because the youths and them come and meet the nonsense and they're carrying it on. You also me
You're
already
just carrying on with they inherently get from the parents and the foreparents.
and the leaders and them too, because the politician and them, much of them just flex. I remember going to school with a teacup brawl and thing, them pelting teacup behind one another, all kind of nonsense. You understand me?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I remember that.
the leaders and them don't really care too, and the people and them need to see all these things too. But why would like the youths and them to remember slavery? 1962 was independence. So 1950, 1940, man getting beat and whipped. Just the other day,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
grandmother and the great-great-grandmother getting beaten and raped and beaten, and grandparents getting beaten. A whole nation was taken out and carried on ships and brought to the Caribbean to kill out the original Taino people from the Caribbean. And then they turn around and they call them cannibal and cannibalistic and all kind of judgment thing, disrespecting the indigenous people. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
now we forward to this. Now everybody free. Everybody think, well, we don't have no chains and shackles, but when they ready sit down and think, if they only stop a moment and think, and know, what today me really feeling too well, I can't go to work, you don't make a loss of job, you go get paid, you go kind of pull up a scene. That is slavery,
yeah,
not, don't get me
yeah.
wrong. I don't mean that it can't have no discipline, It's just,
Would you consider it more a systematic slavery rather than a shackle and a chain, more a way they set this system to keep we in a metaphorically kind of shackle and chain? It's not a physical one, but it's one way more tied into your mental.
a dependency. A
Yeah.
dependency. That's what going on.
Rather than a independency.
Marcus Garvey speak about that, and the
Mm-hmm.
independent vibes is where you were going on slave master or Mr. Because not everybody who is a boss is a wicked man, but the majority of them stay so, But
True.
they have no overstanding. They
Right.
really care of the amount of money with that them making, my lord. Just like politicians, them getting 2% out of what them really making. But yet still,
Yeah.
if you stop work, them care had the 20 million and the 30 million. So the youths
Sense.
are,
Sense.
but the problem with that, my lord, is we don't unite. Because let me say, me and the I, you, both of we, say, yo, going
All
on,
right.
people, stop work. And we stop work now. No, it have the black man, them we have money, supposed to watch the backs of the people and them who not working. Because when them stay away from work, they will need. People are baby and think people going to need
Yeah.
pamper.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
unified and the black man don't want to unite, my brother, these things can't happen. Look when Obama come. But when Obama come and they try to protest,
Yeah.
and what they do? They run them and tell them, and they go and send James by we beat by the police station, they by the stage thing next door.
Yeah. Yeah.
They run them
Yeah. I remember that.
my lord, you understand? So, my
I would
lord,
like to believe, even before it become a me and you decision, I think it was implanted and we in the same era of slavery that we talking about, right?
yes,
Because
sir.
I think during slavery, one of the things they take from us that we haven't gotten back fully yet is the ability to dream, to hope, to want for more than you was given. We
Yes,
get teach when you get put in your place, stay in your place. You're from the ghetto, you stay in the ghetto forever. You're born in Westmoreland, them still live a different type of lifestyle. You can't live that. And I think that was implanted in we through that same slavery period, because
yes,
if if we would teach our children right, to be dreamers and to become entrepreneurs and become businessmen of their own,
True.
right?
True.
Then we could create a different culture of business. We
Yes.
could create a culture of business that is beneficial to people, all people, not just people that we color, but all people. You understand?
And we
But
also
beneficial to us in as a race when it comes to development.
you know
You
what me now,
understand?
and to agree even more with what you're saying there and push what you're saying more, that would bring a independency amongst we as a people.
Definitely,
Understand?
definitely.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
because
We
we
are
had
come.
to we had to inspire the youths to become dreamers. Because I was once told a story about Jimmy Abood. Jimmy Abood used to walk through town with a bolt of cloth, right? Selling with a scissors in his back pocket. Now he's known as the textile king. Maybe not he physically, but his family, his generations had preceded him, right? Them is known as the textile king. Them running tongue when it come to cloth. He had a vision, he had a dream, and he pursued that. Doesn't matter the color of his skin, he pursued it.
True.
And he turned his dream into something that his generations could inherit and benefit from now. If we do the same, teach we children to dream, teach we nephews and we nieces and we bedrooms and inspire we the people around us to dream and to hope for more. I think that is one of the most important steps to coming out of the mental slavery they have we in, because we had this bracket mentality, if you understand what I'm saying. They put you in a zone, you have to stay there.
The
You
colonial
know?
mentality, my lord.
Yeah, they have we in this way. Like if we call him long time, like if you stretch for more than where was yours in the plantation, they might have chop off your hand. So we lost this ability to stretch because we're so frightened to stretch for something because we're afraid we lose what little we have. You know that kind of way? And I think that is where our mental slavery is playing a part on me now.
I just saying that, and what come to my mind, my lord, where sometimes people have it in them that what they really want to do and they want to make the move, but sometimes that's the sacrifice they have to make amongst their own peers and things like that. In that kind of way. Especially wrong with
Yeah.
with the younger folks now.
Yeah.
You know, so if somebody have a vision and once it righteous in their sight and they want to push forth and go behind it, sometimes your company ain't really seeing them type of vision, my lord.
Understand what you're saying?
They themselves thinking, well, them same ones having the same mentality way you're saying, not to judge them and pull them down
No, 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 no.
because they grow up in a certain, sometimes them and them again, their mother love and their father love and neighborhood love and different thing. All the things just matter in the upbringing of a child and his confidence,
Definitely.
all
Definitely.
these different things, So as you're saying down there, you see parenting, my lord, parents have to, all right. Some people just go say, some people just make it seem hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I go with a single mother, my lord. So in my mind, how my mind see it is that it's not hard because
Yeah.
yes, it could be a struggle, but it's possible now, Jed.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Our parents and our grandparents, the kind of sacrifice them make and judgment thing them with them do. Them do it all the party, them do it all the vacation. Nice and they take no. But they make a whole heap of sacrifices for the children. Because they know when they have children, trying to have fun and live their life is a secondary thing. So we need the parents and them now to even the young parents and thing too, because whether you're young, no matter what your age, everybody has sense. Everybody know the right from wrong and what they're supposed to be doing
Yes, man.
and what
Yes.
they're supposed to be doing, you overs. So
Mm.
if it is a sister out there, I get a sister or a middle class sister or a uptown sister and she Irie and she within her own mind want to make a change within herself because she hearing God lens, hey, or she could be hearing I go say Jah Rastafari, I go say Emmanuel, she
Yeah.
might say
Yeah.
Jesus, you might say and
Yeah. Yeah.
she within themselves them getting their vibration now and them
Right.
feeling their vibration. No, they might know what you're going on. This road I had to take here. I might have to stop line with certain people. But these are the things, these little simple things, because
Yeah, there's the sacrifices you have to make.
especially for the
That's,
younger ones, them now, the younger minds,
yeah.
because in we time it It wasn't a set a whole heap of different thing. Yeah, we overs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It had like two choices. Either
and
he's a bad man or he's a Rasta man. When I was growing up, it had two choices. It's
if
either
you
you go dread
do
or you
something,
go on badness.
and if you
Yeah.
make up your mind to do something and live righteous, we never force nobody to come and praise Selassie. I see Selassie, but we never force somebody to do that. But if a
Yeah.
man want to live righteous and clean, I cut you
Yeah.
off. You could have him a school bedroom, you could have him a bona fide friend, or whatever you want to call it. No, I think that is a challenge for the children now, for the younger ones now. 14 and up, them afraid to let go of the peers. Even
Yeah,
15,
because the
16.
peer pressure even more upfront and drastic now.
You guys, and that way really right. We come down to the parents now because them children and them we talking about them are parents. So the parents and them now, regardless of your situation, loving a child is not it have no money there now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had to look for it. Yeah, you might never hold heap of money, but sometimes the child want to know, well, you could talk to your mommy, you could talk up your mommy, or your father
Yeah,
need to let
just a loving word out. Yeah.
So that's what we need, my lord. We need young parents and things who going through this struggle out there with whole heap of temptation and this phone only flicking up, ping, 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 and all kind of different thing and getting a moment to think. If
Yeah.
I don't want to see no youths go down in depression and thing and these things, but
All right.
I was reading something, my lord, somewhere in Pakistan or somewhere else, where them looking to like handle internet for a little 2 weeks or something, I think.
Yeah, it have countries like that. It have countries where the internet is banned, especially outside internet.
Yes, my lord, because we as big as adults, well, we know ourselves. Because I can't even say adults because that people we age and think too kind of mad over the internet and the social media said we they kind of over. So far less to the younger ones who growing up and they thinking, well, yo, this is just a part of life and thing, and we can't run from it. I ain't telling nobody throw away their phone because I am a phone too. But what we want them do is know that give everything in moderation now.
Think
Because things stopping the youths and them from really thinking and making the decision that they heart telling them to make. This is straight mind my telling she, I don't want to go and do that tonight, I don't want to go and zest tonight, I want to stay home. Or the brethren, I don't want to.
I
But
don't
then,
want to disappoint my friend and them.
no, you have to do
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
they have to understand that, yes, we live in and you could hire fun and do everything. It's your life, nobody can stop you. But it have a supreme above you. It have a God in control of everything. So you can't be trying to live. You gotta take your time and live too. So you gotta take your time and live. You take your time and grow. Otherwise you're gonna end up with a bunch of regrets
I
and
think we need to
experiences
stop.
where you could avoid now. You end up with a whole heap of traumatization. Take time and live. Take time to grow. If you're feeling our vibes, like God talking to you, sometimes the youth and them
Yeah.
just need to know them simple thing now because you can't go into too much a complicated thing. Not to say they're not smart, It's just the way of Babylon work it, and there's the simple things where the youth and them is really overstand and would really make them see things away in our dread. So they have to understand that God live it in them and they can't be living for today and until for 30 years alone, and that is so they will get elder too. They will get elder too. They will have a life when they reach 30, 40. Once jobless, you still have 40 years and think more to go. Life and done. Take it easy. Slow down. Take time and know God because all they love God. All the youths them love God. It's just the system and certain situations and pain and hatred make them kind of rebellious, start kind of way where they just rebelling now. But it have ways to reach them. That was it again, I give thanks for the program because, my Lord, talking about slavery and thing, but we keeping on the main thing, but we reasoning still.
Now
All right.
you free up and you lay a spirit flow, man. You lay a spirit flow, king.
What we really doing out here, my Lord? What we really doing, my Lord? Look, man have a whole heap of platform. Well, you know me, my Lord. Me going disrespect
Yes,
for
sir.
call about your name, but you know as a
Yes, sir.
fireman because you
Yes,
have
sir.
to
Yes, sir.
do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
What we doing, my Lord? All the man them doing is going in a room and playing music. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Comment on Facebook, something they might be read somewhere, or something and write it up. Get some likes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Comment and saying, Ja, Rastafari. Well, here I go on, brother. Me vex with them.
No, I
What
understand.
what I would do is that show the younger one them and the people them who want to know about Rastafari.
That's something more than just Rasta music.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
Something
say that them is not Rasta because I ain't trying to be judgmental. But what I go tell
No,
you, what
no,
you
no.
try to understand? Hey, because if you're a youth man and you're growing up and you're looking for spiritual salvation and all you're doing is playing music and busting two posts and balling Rastafari, you gonna want to know what is them seeing, my lord?
That's not a direction.
The man them having a time.
Yeah, that's not a direction. That is not a direction. Now, I would like just to input there and say, I
Yeah, man.
think that the people who have the voice, right,
Yes, sir.
not using it in the right manner, King. They're not using it for the right purpose. And same way at the same point in time, right, is not just about using your voice for likes or for following on Facebook and them kind of thing. It's about using your voice in this critical time where voices need to be heard. Because I want to understand something, right? Now, it's a youth man and also princess and thing, we're growing up without father figures, without mentors, without people that they can look to for direction, King,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And everybody had this kind of pedestal mentality now, where like I reach and I in my zone and I doing my thing and I protecting my energy. But then again, Jordan put you here just to protect your energy. You understand? Jah put you here to protect your bedroom and your sister and the offsprings and the world energy. Because
Yes, sir.
one of the greatest teachings is be thy brother's keeper.
Right.
Be in a space and time that you could protect those them not around here. You don't have to be perfect to do that. You just have to want to do that. Perfection belongs to God. We're not talking about nobody trying to be no perfect thing and no.
True.
Now we're talking about man just coming forward because they know inside that is what they need to do,
True.
right? And the youths need our voice. The youths need people who have already made it, like yourself, like how you say you tour certain places, right?
True.
Now a lot of the youths we might be claiming fame right now. They never even leave Trinidad really, or they never leave the Caribbean really. They never went into a European country. They never do a tour. You know, it might be nice brothers who have the position and have accomplished certain things to come forward and say, you know, you could be this under righteousness. You don't have to go down that road to achieve success. Show them where success could come from.
True.
Like I just come on my different programs I just have, and I'm an open person. If somebody asks me about my goal, I will tell them where I get it from, how long I have it. That's how I just operate, because nothing I have mean reap it from no bad fruit.
True.
I plant my good seeds and I vibrate my good energies and I follow where my spirit wanted. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In alliance with my mental then. So I just try to show them, well, you could accomplish this. Like I just run the alliance and look, I me to rob, look, I have one goal, look, and just like who all you're idolizing. But I get it from righteousness. Come down this path, let me show you how you could get something out of righteousness. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
So I feel like it's also we responsibility to align with what you were saying, like with me on the platform. I think it's we responsibility to come forward and be them father figures or be a mentor, at least be a light at the end of the tunnel for who don't want to go down that road, because we could show them love instead of peer pressure. We could show them light instead of darkness. You understand what I'm trying to show you, Ken?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And my
Yes, sir.
lord, if we get one youth and cultivate one youth mind, my lord, it could do a whole heap of things, you know, my lord. Just one
Yes,
youth, you could just say
yes,
that
sir.
too, you know, just one, you know. You know what I mean? Yes, I. But we gotta give thanks to life, man. We gotta give thanks to life and
Give thanks to life. We gotta give thanks to life always.
all the brothers and sisters we holding up the right within their heart and mind and meditation. Because it's not just we alone, you know, the ones and ones, you know, the few. We give thanks for the item still
Give
because
thanks to all Jah warriors, same way.
and all the warriors them, you know, give thanks to the little
Yes, sir.
children them and let them know that you know no matter what we can't give up the faith in Jah at all. Jah is the victorious.
Yesterday I was in a little dialogue with, I would like to say, my peers,
So,
spiritual peers. I would like to say my spiritual peers.
so,
And they was talking about what we're going to do in regards to the vaccination and they wanting to vaccinate with children right now. I'm not going on the topic of vaccination. But what I mentioned to them is that we need to stand up now. It become a time where we need to stand up and be actionable. Right? Now,
Yes,
I'm not saying don't pray and call on Jah. But who want to pray? Pray for the warriors.
true.
You know what I mean? And all the warriors come forward. Like we stand up because we have to protect we youth. We have to protect we lineage. We have to protect what going on with we 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. So we have to make sure and kind of, you know what I mean? Protect that energy same way. So we have to rise up. So the
That's
next
the
topic,
thing, my lad. Because
yeah.
when we youth and them, when we youth and them say, Daddy, where do? Daddy, where
What's
do?
your stand?
I go tell them as an artist. When I sing a couple albums and I turn thing. You know? They go say, that way to my lord? No, I have to speak up. That it starts from
Yes.
speaking up. It's not about just we self and fans and we have to speak up, my lord. We speak up for the youth, speak up for we brethren and sisters and continue doing it. And with that power there, my lord, it would start a revolution of the mind. Of the mind with people and them could understand what here going on. Because they people need dialogue. But have a whole heap of people sit down quiet. Who they ain't shopping, you know. They ain't shopping, you know. They do the right things, you know. They what the right way, you know. They what the righteous, they what the light shine, you know. They what good over evil and thing, you know. But they're scared to talk, my lord.
They're scared to come forward because of the way they might be perceived by their peers.
Peer pressure again. You
That's
understand?
what I say.
Forward here again.
Even big man and big woman, we big man and big woman, and we claim to be big man and big woman, and we still allowing we friends think about we to imagine when I was now starting this. If I tell you, my friends used to laugh at me on work, Virgin. When I tell them just now I would leave work and start a company doing video and I would get into photography and I would get into this. Men used to laugh at me because I'm painting for over 17 years. All men know I doing is a painting, but men don't know my mental. You understand what I'm trying to show you? And Jah give me the strength to stand up on my word and don't let my words fall to the ground. And I do what I had was to do. Now some of them see men, when them see me, them just be like, boy, Virgin, you really never give up by king, boy. You really never. You understand what I'm saying?
They don't know, my
So
lord.
you have to be persistent in whatever you're doing, and you have to be righteous and just stand up and come forward. You know, that is where this really take dread. There's a man coming forward and being strong and showing our conviction in the words now, boy. So, are we to go into the next topic? Are we to touch into the next topic?
Is it embedded
Yeah.
culturally or is it seasonal in regards to Trinidad?
Yeah. So why I frame this question this way is because we know race exists. We know racial division exists globally. But I want we to touch on it right here because in this country where we grew up, it has always been known as a melting pot of cultures.
True.
It has always been known where the Chinese and the Indian and the African and everybody would mix. So I shocked it in a way where if it is embedded culturally or is it just seasonal in regards to Trinidad. Politics. I just didn't add the politics, but you understand what I mean when I say Trinidad, because it have a time every 5 years that we just pull a plaster off our wound. We've been healing for the last 4 and something years, right? And every time we pull that plaster off, it is pull off the scab and we just show the ugly side of the wound, Jay. The Indian and the nigger and the right, and that is where I personally see the racial division, you know.
True.
Lead forward, my budget.
Well, the African them really feel the hardest. Them was bought here and beaten and whipped and slave, you know, the French, Creole come Trinidad and run things for a little while, beat up man, slave out man again, slave out the woman them. Then came the Spanish, then came the English. You know, so the African man never really get no pay. Not no really. Now he ain't get no pay. He get whipping. He get whipping and pigtail and ox foot and cow heel and That way he get. You was.
Yeah.
And in factuality, well, it's not a great historian at Trinidad, but what we learn still is that the Indian them coming
As an
willingly,
indentured, yes, as an indentured slave.
and them was being paid, and obviously they was being paid by the slave master. The slave master was probably a little more fun to them because of the fact that they came willingly, and
Definitely.
you know what
Definitely.
I mean. And so imagine back in the fireball 50s or however when they come down here and them come and they meet black man down here. And now them living up nice and thing too because them inside the house and you know what I mean, them go get a piece of land when the slave master pass away, he might get 2 acres because that always when they look at south. So it has some kind of man down there, all kind of 20 acre and thing. I want to know what the fireball he get that just so. Or he great grandfather get that just so. Not just everybody buy. Sometimes the slave master get them thing too and they happen all over the Caribbean.
Yes, they inherited through generation. A lot of people get a acre and a mule. Remember that was a thing? A acre and a mule. You know what I mean?
Then come Eric William, Yovas, which at that time my grandfather like Eric Williams, he was a PNM man. My mother never voted, you know me. I just start me put a fire upon that, you know.
Yeah,
But my grandfather was a PNM man now. I could try and understand if I put my foot in myself in his shoes, I could never totally do it. But you was a black man and all you don't know well is you have to go to school barefoot now and all of a sudden a black man come just so bam, it's Independence Day and thing now. You know no better too because you don't get beat out of your culture and your slavery and you know what I mean. So when you see this black man come you know and tell them like oh they could go to school or they could get this or they could get water, they go kinda watch him as a savior now. So that's why plenty African elders now just kinda have a kinda great respect for him. No. The man was intelligent.
And yeah.
The man was an intelligent man. When they hear him speak, he speak about kind of Hitler, flicking him the way he just bring across the words and speak. And he's a very intelligent man, but he was a westernized, educated man, put in that position for a specific purpose. Because when the Queen was come down here and she granted the independence, he himself said that he swear allegiance for granting us independence. He swear allegiance, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago swear allegiance unto the Buckingham Palace and unto the Queen. So that is what people have to understand. People might hear me say that and say, but I'm telling you about the Queen and them ain't doing nobody nothing and but that's why they have to go back. That's why they have to go back in the history.
Belong to the Queen.
Yeah. When they go back in the history and see how the Queen creates the Commonwealth, which is actually really a WEALTH because she own all them fireball place under the Commonwealth. You understand that? That's what the youths and them have to, and people have to understand. Who don't really understand it, they have to understand that. So when the Indian them know them striving and the black man, remember back in the 70s and maybe late 60s now, the black revolutionists and them, the Rastaman and them now, what used to happen to them? Them used to get their head bust up and they cut off the long kind of fireball thing, my lord. So aside from African, the Rastafarian now, that's how he get his stigma even from then because look at me as a mixed man. Right. But I Rasta. I don't know well Ethiopia is the glory, you know, and etc. etc. But I myself just see it too. Yorubas where that's how the stigma of Rastafari come about because people don't really have a clue how Rasta is in Obertrin.
Right.
From them time to now, you know, them just feel man that's growing that are here and we kind of smoking weed and that is it.
You think in this time here now, in this current time, this dispensation that we living in, you think that racial division is something that is relevant now in 2021?
Yes, because it really happening. It happening and it's because of our history. So it's not a seasonal thing. Yes, every 5 years, as you say, just bring up whatever they have in them for the rest of the year.
All right.
So it's a culture. Because when they're going south, now when I say these things now, we are careful because we don't know how it could resonate in a person's mind. It could probably get them angry and make them resonate racialism too if they have lack of understanding. But sometimes when I used to go down south with my mix up self, my lord, and I have mixed down, you know what I mean? So
right. right? I myself.
But I hear and the choice Rasta and things to do with that, you kind of shun the Rasta boy. The
Yeah.
Rasta boy. When they talking about now, some of my brethren and them they black like tar down in south. So when I hear even the one family member who red skin or whatever, that's the culture Trinidad and South and what I see for myself. I don't know if it changed now. But the Creole fella now, they don't call you by name, my lord.
Yeah, yeah, understand what you say.
You
Understand
over,
what you say.
they will get your roti and get your everything, my lord. But at the end of the day, they might know what you're with the daughter. Now. No, me vex with them, like them choice. But just the way they go bring it, just the way they
You
might
think
bring
that's
it
a
across.
majority, boy, or you think that's just a minority of people, boy, brother, boy? You think you
My
think
lord,
that's how the race distinct, or you think that's how because here we go,
politics,
right?
with the politics now, it
Right.
enhance more, So the politics it enhance more, I think it's no. My lord, I walking in Fireball Grand Bazaar. My lord, I have on my one of my nice shirt and a nice khaki pants and a nice Clarks and just like them Bobo Shanty is just royal and how the Rasta man is just.
Yeah,
And a woman hold she bag and pull it, my lord, an Indian woman. You understand? So it exists.
yeah,
I
yeah.
live it too. Himself, somebody might say, well, but you are already in the name too. But I live it too and see it from them too. Just because they might see Rasta identify with black. You go so them. So to me it real, but I can't hide that, but I live it and see it too. So
All
it real
right, I
then.
understand that. But I would like to, I would like to say
More,
maybe
more, 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 more amongst the elders them. More amongst the
I
elders
think
them
it's
and
more individual thing, and as I say, more wrongs, them kind of elders and them might be still holding on to certain things because
my lord, plenty people sore as. Plenty people sore as. They mightn't hate you, It's not about hating, It's just like how they are accustomed calling somebody that they culture, that they culture on
yeah,
both sides. You understand? So now the Indian fella now, then the fella, they might know remember his name. And then they go say, well, the Creole fella now, it's a kind of culture. There might be no hatred thing, The people and them who hating, them there, But it's
yeah,
more like a kind of political thing, kind of raise it up more now, Drake.
yeah,
Guys, but it
yeah,
does
yeah,
exist, my lord. It does exist. Where I live in is more predominantly African. It's the Martin. It has
right,
some. It have Indians, but they're not as much as the mixed population and the African population. So that is how. And even the one or two we might link up. Not for them Irish, should they from maybe from the hood or wherever they live in. You
mm,
was, but there's a people where there's
mm,
more stick to themselves. And that's just the culture. Because their grandmother might be tell them that be careful with them N words, be careful with them,
right,
be careful with them Creole fellas, be careful with them because them man they must slave. Them man they must militant man. Them man they must jump your wall and come and take your orange and take your coconut and thing and might watch your white might watch your fireball woman and say, look at nice girl thing and go the way.
mm,
And that frightened people long time, my lord. Let me
yeah,
just be
that
real
frightened
now, my lord.
people a long time. Yes, of course, of course, of course, of
So
course.
when them seeing black man and them seeing my black man kind of rugged and rough, instead of slavery caused them things. So me want to blame no race, because no man had no right to come and kill the time. No people here to come and bring nobody here in the first place. So for me come and
See,
make that kind of off balance day, we have to expect all kind of different kind of off balances to come. And that was just one of it, the little racial tension, the political tension. Because they say when the Africans get a little blind and come in power and think that they wasn't really given the Indian. I don't know. I wasn't there. Me you know who and what so with these things people go have resentment, people go one thing, this one have and this one don't have and them kind of idiot thing now my lord. But because it's two races, you know. Now Babylon said the thing too. Because
I think
other
it
countries
does.
now don't really have a predominant 50-50, 45-45 African Indian.
Right,
More African. It's only Guyana have it like us.
right.
But it's be a whole different thing for it's a whole different mindset when it comes to election and dealing with race in your country now. We had that here. But it exists, my lord. That thing is a cultural thing from long time and people fearing the black man because he was so brave. And the thing amount of thing that the black man had to go through and he would have been militant, he would have been angry, he would have been a little frustrated. So when them see he know them know
I agree with you.
it's like
I
when man it's
definitely.
like it's like when some people pass on the fireball beat them, they might get frightened.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that same kind
That
of
kind
vibe.
of beat
They,
'em are
they know the
love.
people and them,
Beat 'em is
But
love,
whatever
man.
they hear and what they see and whatever thing they get frightened. One time they had a, oh God, people like that, my lord.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And I do agree that there is some racial tension, but I do think we as a racial people in general. But when I say we as a people, I mean we Trinidadians. I don't think we as a
True.
racial
Not generally, no. But no,
generally.
probably only
But I think
25% of the
you
nation.
know, yeah, inside any little holes and thing, you know, it will have the differences and thing, right? And as you say, that have a lot to do with slavery, and I wouldn't even say so much slavery, but privilege, the different privileges that was allowed to the two
Yeah.
races, and the different privileges that has allowed to the two races even up to this day. But what I would like to emphasize on though is that we just allow the leaders or the people in charge of we to create a even more nastier side to it every 5 years. And we
True.
have to try to avoid that because carnival, all these different festivals, even in we culture as Rastafari, in the dance, in the gatherings, in the church meetings, in the congregation, we encounter different race, right? And in that scope, in that place, we just somehow love a man without color and class and creed. Meaning that your priesthood virgin, your bubble priesthood virgin, you would love him doesn't matter what color he is. Once he
That's
wear
true.
them robes and he stand up and he holding that same order that you holding, you wouldn't see color. You would
Right.
see your brother in that faction there. So I think we need to hold on to that more. We need to hold on to that.
I hear this king.
Yeah.
I mean to cut it there, but here, look,
Now go through.
check the African race and check the Indian
Right.
race and check this. Why we focusing on some political, not we, but the masses focusing the ones who had our mind. They focusing on
Right.
and trying to put that in the other people's minds that you know they may not understand the similarities or they may see the similarities in the color and thing. They may see the similarities. They may see that they could that the Indian woman, the natural Indian woman could make different color baby too. Them could come out black. They had the Madras Indian, but India have a kind of classism as well within its own place through the Queen of England.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but look at we in Trinidad. A Madras Indian who just call a Madras. He be the black one in the family. More time you don't get no play, my lord. So
Mm-hmm.
even within them own nation too, they don't really respect the darker man. And but here go on is a hypocritical thing too, because in India, the doctor, the lawyer, and whoever coming down on Lord Shiva, they to smoke with that black man with the locks on the head.
No, well, I think that's a global thing. I think globally they just look down on darker the shade is the lower
Yes,
the
yes,
wrongier standpoint, right? Globally or worldly or however you want to put it.
yeah,
A man still have to remember though, as I would just like to say as people of color, because me want to say black and because black are so many shades they dread. You know what I
that's
mean? So I would like to say people of color to understand that we living in a time where things reverse and we once on top, now sit on the bottom. But don't worry, glory soon come way. The thing shall be set right, same way now,
mm-hmm.
The thing
And let me
shall be
focus on the
set right,
similarities.
same way, and focus on the similarities.
Yes,
And now what make we different because it's another African alive in Trinidad unless they personally do like doubles tell me they ain't enjoy our doubles already. Yes.
so
Know what I mean? Come on, unless they don't deal with that. But we just share one another culture daily, but yet still every season, as I say, we just allow them to come and divide we. Even selfish just verbally because sometimes we might say we as black people is not racial, right? But then again, sometimes he doesn't want to come out and talk the facts. He
so
doesn't want to come out and talk the facts where sometimes
so
we might think or we might not be racial, but we might be holding on to the past so strongly that we tend to kind of shun other people and other vibes
True.
because we know where we come from and we so want to get back to it. We so want to, and there's nothing wrong with that.
True.
Nothing wrong with that. Just saying that at the same point in time, we just have to kind of like understand the human language rather than the color language then. You know what
True.
I mean? Yeah,
And
man. 'Cause I feel like when Jah look upon his people, I don't think Jah is really see that division then. I think Jah
true.
is look at we through we
True.
works and we deeds and a heart that is righteous will shine brighter than a heart that is dark, no matter the color of your skin.
But that will
Jah, you
Rastafari
know?
come to,
Mm.
Rastafari come to unite all the nation, them two under one banner, red, gold, and
Yeah,
green banner too,
definitely.
so where they can stop focusing on these Babylonian divide and rule principles, William Lynch principles of light shade and dark shade and brown shade and who here straight and who here. All of these children are Jah, my Lord. Jah make all a judgment be, my Lord. Yes, it have a history where the European nation them move a certain way, but them are the judgment to face. But we as a nation now, we have to put aside all that stupidness because when we facing the struggle and we have certain things and when flood hit certain people, it ain't have no race when flood hit them thing they
Yeah,
so we, you know what I
yeah,
mean, when certain catastrophe come and
definitely.
thing to, my Lord. So that way Rastafari come with that unity and that culture with moderation where any nation could come forward and seek the king. And seek well and that we is the voice of the people, my Lord.
Definitely.
We is the voice of the people, my Lord. You know what I mean?
But
We ain't
then
playing no
then
Superman thing and playing hero and thing, but we are
then
the voice
here
of the
I want
people.
to ask you as I say that.
Yeah.
What happened to we leaders?
Hmm.
What happened to those whose voice can be heard much more loudly than me and yours? Why
True.
are they silent then? Why are they silent? And I talking about within we Rastafari community.
True. True.
Me talking about who governing outside. I would like you to touch on that topic for me. What
No,
happened to the
but
leaders who
uh,
governing the Rastafari, the Rasta men and Rasta women that lead in Belgium? Let me finish, right? Who
yes,
could
sir.
come forward and say,
I listening.
I bring forth this proposal to make a change in this, or I stand against this proposal that because everybody voice being heard except our own. What happened to our leaders? Why are they silent?
Well, my Lord.
What do you think, like?
But that way we are the voice, my Lord. And the youths and them, and we are the cut and clear the way for the youths and them to speak up. Because the youths and them is the future, and just say a child shall come and lead the way. So we are to be the voice. It are other people to speak up said way. So it's just to make a start. And everybody have to realize that within themselves they are leaders as well. Because at the end of the day, everybody have to face their own judgment. So you have to be your own leader. You have to have a zeal to move forward and. But then not everybody go have a leader spirit, my Lord. So the man them with the leader spirit and the empress them with the leader spirit go stand up and
No,
simply
I
do what
talk
we're doing here
about
right now. Have some
when I
dialogue and
mentioned that. No, when I mentioned that king, I talk about in a professional capacity because every
that's right.
organization is run by a leader, has a letterhead, and has an organization backing it in which they could
True.
present themselves into any faculty, any function as a body, a
Proper
functioning body,
organization.
as an organization,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So we as Rastafari, we have the all mansions, we have the different disciplines, and those who sit up on the council are the different
Yes, sir.
disciplines. I talking about their voices. What happened to their voices? Because all right, let me just touch on a simple thing. We look at Emperor Selassie and heal him and respect him in different faculties and functions, right?
True.
Now, the Indian, as I said, this is not racially motivated. The Indian arrival, they had this, they had that. The Baptists are Baptist shout at day and this and that. What happened to the Rasta man? How come the 23rd of July is not a day that is considered sacred to us? Has nobody sit and thought about implementing this day in a way to make it not, I mean to say it's not about the day, right, King? I want you
True.
to understand what I'm saying. It's not really about the day.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is about establishing what we have as something more than just a smoke in the back and around the corner and
Yeah,
a bless
that's,
and a grab beard and graduate and
that's right.
something more than that.
That's right.
Something that could be recognized just like a spiritual entity, just like everybody else. Because we're doing spiritual work, we're bringing people onto the Father, we're changing people's lives for the better. I would like to say 90% of the time. So let we make that energy be something functional
True.
and not just remain just backyard. So what happened to the what is going on? You know what I mean? You
True.
understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like simple
You know
thing
what
like
I
a
mean?
school, Simple thing as a
Yeah,
school.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
simple thing like
Simple thing.
I Selassie school or something too. You need to get with a lawyer. My lord, it's a lawyer and all kind of judgment thing and this thing, my lord. It's
Come
just
on. I personally know of a lawyer in the Rastafari organization.
true. But it's
You know what I
nobody
mean?
don't step forward, my lord. Nobody not stepping forward because remember the zeal to move forward is within a man still. So I can't really speak on behalf of how them and them who ain't talking. But what I would say
Right.
is that man need to stand up and do something because you think of a school here in Jamaica, it have a school, it has things to do with the school, like the, little upliftment and thing, etc. But it's just a kind of like it's a kind of weary kind of vibes and you go on. Plenty of them and them as well, that's my lord. And I see it's a long while now, it's been like this. That way you're saying there, it's not
Mm-hmm.
yesterday at all. You guys? So, and man talking a while. And if man don't do nothing, my lord, well, we have to do something.
See? And what
You
you
guys,
think
my
could be
lord,
done? And
we
what
have
you
to
think
do
could
it.
be done?
Because we is
What you
part
think
of
could be
the house of Rastafari said we too, as one of his children. So we had to do it.
done? Mm-hmm.
You guys,
And what
my
you
lord,
think?
we
And
had
what
to
you
be the
think
boys. We had to stand up
is
and do these things, you know what I mean? And try to activate the man them we're in certain position to because simple thing, right? It have a station on a morning that's be talking real nonsense now. Right? When they go down on a morning and thing too. So one day them talking some nonsense and they make a joke about a Rasta man or something so now.
mm-hmm.
In not a nice way. Like in a kind of funny way now. Like they making the gang kicks off of your hair and them kind of thing and
You're
you
just a
know,
madman. Like you sell a
you got-
madman. Like you see as a
no,
madman.
no, you can't do that with other. Just so
Organizations.
no, then you'll get a letter. You'll get a letter. You'll get a letter from a legal representative like, hey, know what you're saying and thing and be careful. This is a respectful organization. Bam. And that's the same kind of vibes you're talking about there too, which I totally agree with. Because if we stay the way we is, no, nothing in go on. Zero, nothing. We was sit down. Yes, we have to wait on Jah. Yes, we have to wait on Jah and these things. Yes, but that's really things we can't do. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
we can't distribute that judgment onto Babylon and think we have to agitate for it and heal Rastafari and continue praising Jah and chanting Ayabingi, etc. But within the moment now, especially with youths around and thing too, we have to step up. We have to really represent Rastafari for what Rastafari really is and what Haile Selassie really represent. Because
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, and I say this a lot of times too. Many of the man them in really I know they're speaking about Haile Selassie. No, Haile Selassie by the second Boeing in the world, The second Boeing made, he bought it.
Right. Right.
So sometimes I reason with some Rasta man, my age and elder, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
have some young ones in the mix too. A man telling you what's going on. Me born school, me not send me out of school, no problem. That's your choice, Once you home in school and them, you over.
Right.
And then
Right.
other things like so. A man goes, I will ask a man, so my lord, if a youth say he want to do engineering or chemistry or
Can I
some kind
teach him
of
that?
judgment thing now, my lord.
Yeah,
And
you
when,
teach
when you as a parent analyze it, you see, well, here what going on. He not going to create no harm to himself or to the nation or to no living creation. What he going to do there and what that's going to lead to is no madness now. You going to
it's
tell
what
me
the mind
no.
capable of. It's what the
Enough of
mind
them going and say,
capable
my lord, that is
of.
Babylon thing.
Yeah.
And that is it. That is the problem there too. That is why
Yes.
we do. That is why the
Yes.
organizations
Totally agree.
are the way they are. No, not to take away from any of the elder them, because I love the elder them, you know. But that's why I keep saying it's not the elder them. It's
No,
we.
sorry.
It's
Virgin,
fireball.
you
It's
see,
we, my
here we
lord.
go. Before we continue, Virgin, I want to understand something. You see this platform here? This
Yeah.
platform here, Virgin, I create this platform for people to have a space to be able to talk free and feel free.
Yes, sir.
I stand responsible for this platform we sit down on here, Virgin. You understand what I saying to you, right?
Right.
This is not about bashing nobody. Breaking the
True.
Loop was designed to talk about topics people shy away from. This is
True.
what we are about, King. We are about bringing serious thing to the forefront, whether
Yes,
it
sir.
burn people's skin or not, because some of the greatest progress we have made as a people come from hardship.
True.
So if your skin little weak and little fragile, this is not the place for you.
We don't
You
know, man.
want someone shiny here? So you feel free to express yourself same ways. Not about bashing them that come before we, but it's
Not
about we creating dialogue to find our way
but
forward. That is why this
them
segment
set the
is called
foundation.
Rastafari in Trinidad and what is our future.
Them
So we
set the
respect the
foundation, my
elders
lord.
and them, yes, man, for sure.
And now we know can't depend on them now to keep carrying the thing on the own. It's the
Right?
young man, them, it's we self and the youths them at now want to come and stand up on what them create, build for we. But we could walk the
Right,
street without getting we head bust and
right.
without man looking to trim we and them kind of vibes, my lord. So it's for
And
we to do, my lord.
one of my most treasured quotes from the king
Yes,
is
sir.
leadership doesn't mean domination.
That's
And to
right.
me, in translation, that means that sometimes as a leader, you have to know when to let go the reins and give
Yes, sir.
somebody else the chance to go forward because they might have the endurance that you don't have. That is what a relay is about. A relay is
True,
about passing on the baton so that
true.
the next person could run the next leg of the race. So I think the leaders have to understand that listen to the king and live from the king same way and understand that leadership doesn't mean domination. Sometimes you have to let go the reins. Give the youths a chance and them
Yes,
go
sir.
watch and decide and pick and be favorable because of your interpretation of where Rastafari is supposed to be listened to what is right, what makes sense, what make common sense and what could be beneficial to the culture and the whole because we stagnant right now, King. I want to be real honest, we stagnant as a culture, as a people, right? Now, I just always say every man trod unto the king different. One of my songs I just enjoy most in the Bingy is every man do his thing a little bit different. You
True,
understand what I'm thinking? And
true,
why that song has resonated with me because I am my style. And I is not a pretensive person. If I was to pretend to be something, I wouldn't be happy. I happy in my skin. I happy how
true,
I just chuck and how I just carry myself and I happy with my God and my relationship with my king. Because that is not a two and three thing. That is a
true,
personal thing.
true.
Right? But I have my style. And another man would have his style and everybody would have their styles. But what I'm trying to say is not about a person's style. You understand?
True.
It's about if a person presenting themselves or a person coming forward with the idea. So we have to know that we have to be able to listen same way too. Said ways. The leaders have to know to listen.
Yes,
Listen
sir.
to what the youths and them saying because it's are real youths. And I not even talking about myself. If I talking right now and I actually picture it, now youth who I just admire the way how we just charge under Rastafari that. Real warrior that. You understand?
True,
Real warrior that he did for the youth, he did for the elder, he did for the cause, he did for everything.
true.
Them as fellas need to hold this reins now and run with it, think what them is the future.
Yes,
But they're
sir.
being stifled. They're being stifled, King, because it's an egotistical thing. I want to be honest in everything, whether it's Rasta, whether it's flesh, wherever it be, ego still play a major role. And ego is with stifling our culture. The
True,
better Rasta thing. You see, the better Rasta thing, Bedouin, we need to let go that king.
true.
and leave that for the most side to judge and deal with.
True.
And deal with togetherness and with the purpose and the whole cause was about, and bringing together the nations, and you know,
True.
entering the gates of Zion and our righteousness and living up full towards Jah word and Jah order. And them is the fundamentals of Rastafari, I would say, you know, that kind of way. And
Yeah.
we have to let go ego in order to grasp them true thing, boy. I don't know, you know, that is just my take on it, same you know, boy, because
True.
I just feel like the thing stifle, honestly, horse, because I don't see the respect coming to we as Rastafari the way it's supposed to be, right?
True.
Because I want to talk about incident, right? I mean, go mention no names or no nothing, but I was in a position once where I had the opportunity to be amongst a dialogue with the presidents of this country and leaders of Rastafari,
True.
right? And when we had an opportunity to ask about getting a holiday or establishing a day for ourselves
Yeah.
as a people, we up to ask for table and chairs.
True.
And that was the first time a Rastafari organization ever had dialogue with a president of this country in his
True.
office.
True.
I was present. That is history under Rastafari, right?
True.
So what I saying to you is that if we mentality is still table and chairs, how could we go forward? What is really truly we future
Yeah.
as Rastafari?
True.
What is we future as Rastafari king? You know?
Now it's the wrong thing them man them sometimes it's the wrong man them in the place, you know, my lord, because the man them again them opportunity and things. Sometimes the man them do really a culture and really too interested in about I and I as a nation and Rastafari mission. But one of Rastafari mission is to really uplift I and I people. Also the hungry be fed, the naked be clothed, the aged protected, the sick be nourished, and the infants cared for, you know. This is the thing Rastafari have to be doing and setting up proper institution and thing for I and I people, you know. Marcus Garvey say them thing to my lord.
Yes, I.
Yes, I Marcus Garvey speak about them thing too, you know. But it's really for me to do it still, my lord, because for me see it and me seeing that what need to be done is we have to unify together and make these things done, or we speak to the elders them and ask them what go on, my lord, because we had our right.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the platform for it, and we talking about it. Why yes, they here go here, and I want people to understand in no way or no form are we bashing or being you know, on anybody in that kind of manner. We just, as we always say on breaking the loops, we just talking the facts. If we say something, it come from a factual place. We ain't talking nothing underneath no malicious vibes and no, you know what I mean? We just trying to keep it straight, same. You dig? So the next topic we are here on the bed on the board of bedroom is the reggae music and the industry at large. Is it
Mm.
progressing?
It's really a new industry, you know. I
Coming
don't
from
think
your
it,
standpoint, coming
uh,
from your standpoint as an artist, right?
yeah,
Coming from your standpoint as an artist and from a person doing music a while now, do
yes,
you
I.
think do you think that the culture, the music itself progress?
Not really, you know, my lord, because um, you know what we had? You know what the man, not the myself, but what the man them who really was on the forefront and get that position there had was the people. You see, the love of the people and the support of the people. That is what make it last a little while, you know, and pump it every day on the radio station because the people want to hear it. Now, after you're done doing that now, I think Trinidad is a place to really cultivate or nurture youths or respect artistry. You know. They think art is having fun, you know, so they don't really see it as a hard job and them kind of stuff, you know. So that's one of the reasons I never set up no industry because the people them they don't really understand the worth of it and the value of the creation itself. You know. You was look at all right.
Look,
And then
look at the
again cult.
thriving dancehall. Look at the thriving dancehall industry we have now.
It go boil down to individuality. It will always boil down to individuality from Trinidad. You go out and make sure that you invest in your thing and you push your thing.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
That's
I
what it boils
understand
down
that.
to, my lord. Because it done what it is already now. So the most we could do now, because the big man them ain't gonna really own up, to the mishaps or whatever they're doing. So the youths now is what we have to focus on
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
show them how to live in that one love and that one unity and how we could actually work if more than one together and
See.
still maintain your individuality. Because, all right, yes, it has something called forgiveness and thing, where you will forgive our brethren. In my personal experiences, you go forgive flesh through how they might react or move in the music thing with the little whatever feelings or emotions they toting or whatever they
Right.
visualizing and whatever they thinking about.
Right.
But it will be kind of hard to really go and link and forward and have to work with them again.
Right.
You understand? So that these are the things with us. I mean, we will share the stage if necessary, but these are the things where. But back to saying, they want to be all over the place, but industry, reggae music industry in Trinidad and Tobago, they do have that, my lord. Everything is a competition. Soca Monarch. I don't sing soca and thing, but I get Trinidad thing. So you will see soca monarch competition. Groovy soca monarch competition. All the children and them in competition for them ass. All the children in competition for the soca team.
Mm.
Everything they beating the drum, they pan is competition. They don't
Yeah.
throw off they don't throw no show and thing like summer jam and summer fest and let's have a show. It's a competition. No.
Mm-hmm.
My
Everything is
lord,
making money and going forward. Yeah.
growing up as a youth, and you're hearing Super Blue and them kind of thing because we grew up in the thing, me born with dreadlocks, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Of
We
course.
grew
Of
up in the
course.
thing. When Super Blue when I saw come on like me, who come second and third and fourth and thing, my
Yeah.
lord.
Yeah. Ain't studying that.
So that is the culture here, my lord. And the problem is again, all the judgment problem is, my lord, is that everybody will sit down and say what we saying here in some backyard
And,
together or somewhere
and not
together.
do not know about
But
it.
they go in and come on and try to create a dialogue about it. Whether it's two, three, four, five listeners, but still let our voice, let our word song and power rest and let it come out now and touch
Yeah.
ones and ones,
Yeah.
because word is life
Yeah.
still, and then
Yeah.
the
What
thing
is
will
life?
grow
What
and
is life?
man to the reason because people love these reasonings. You know what I mean? But we
Mm-hmm.
don't have no industry here, my lord, and it could take a whole change of the mentality to really see value in it for them to
But
invest.
then,
Where the government could have been still reaping all the money if they invest in. Forget about music. What about them brethren and them with drawing, my lord? That's some brethren and think a draw. And them thing looking like
right.
20 million thing, in an auction and thing if you put that somewhere
Yes.
in
Yes.
England and
Yeah.
thing. Pounds we talking about. Why you don't invest in these youths and them? I watch the budget, my lord. And the budget, what that for the youths? What the budget does have for the youths? Nothing. Payback.
Nothing now.
It's always a payback scene. That's what the budget
Yeah.
have for the youths. It's a payback scene. We go get this by the payback way. So it's just a whole,
Yeah.
it's like, as I say, and history, kind of flicking on the history of Trinidad. All right, Haiti, first revolutionaries, first independent black nation, right?
Mm.
Through slavery, we beat out all the slave master and thing too. All the bandits want to talk about Haiti, and they'll come and get Haiti independence with no resources. After they overplan the land and have it like a desert, where the soil and thing now need about 20 years to come back and shit. Excuse my language.
No
When
problem.
you're
Yeah.
going on, my lord, Jamaica, it's a Paul Bogle. Them fellas and them went down the road now and chop off slave master heads and free their people. Guyana, no, Grenada. Grenada had a revolution. I think one of them American president come and kill him. You was.
Yeah. Granny
Guyana
had
still had a little
revolutionary thing
indigenous
too.
people and they kind of
Right.
rebellious
Yeah.
spirit in
Them
them.
fellas and them.
What about we? Who Trinidad have as a leader? You know who's the leader? Who this class as the leader? We talked about him earlier on. Eric Williams. and westernized, educated black man.
I meant like Kwame Ture and them fellas and them who was revolutionaries and thing, them fellas stand up same way in the thing, same way, man.
Yeah, man,
We
respect to them still, but what I'm
yeah,
saying, my
we
lord,
have
wait,
revolutionary men that that
but
stand
what,
up in the thing same way.
but what I'm saying, my lord, is that the man, mean, respect to them and them still.
Yes, I.
But what go on is that what come out of it?
That is the thing.
What organization? You know, even one organization come out of it because whatever organization have existing right now is a political party. I don't know if they break off, and Jack, no disrespect to them. And in reality, nobody gravitating there because somehow they're not really talking to the people. So their existence is almost null and void. You don't even know they're there.
I think most people driven, as I say, driven by peer pressure and driven by the things that happening around them rather than you see we lacking individuals, right? Because here what I say, when I think about it, somehow I don't want to say not individually,
Ah,
but collectively, I think we as Rasta
true,
we lack organizational skills.
true.
Understand what I'm saying, right, King? Because
Yeah,
going back to the topic here, reggae music and the industry, right? Now, reggae take the forefront before any dancehall and anything went mainstream. Now, soca was always a thing, so we won't bring soca into that category because that is the thing inherently. You know what I
true.
mean? But within like reggae, when we had the reggae all stars and we get the first boss in the reggae and the culture was going and people was buying into the thing and the thing was hype and everybody was there on the wagon and thing. But at that point in time, nobody organized a structure
True.
way could I keep the thing alive because I'm gonna show you something. Look like now, them youth and them come and the TRINIDAD movement and you know these things are organization behind it. People were
True.
managing these artists and taking care of these artists and taking care of certain things and making sure certain things happen and they get gig and they get endorsement and they get different things,
True.
right? And these youths getting 20 million views and 2 million and 3 million views on the video and these kinds of things because they creating a culture and a backend behind what they're doing, right?
True.
But my thing is, look how long we doing this. We supposed to understand that something like that would come forward and we had to, meaning we had to get something like that, like an order like that behind the industry then. The only how it go grow because eventually we ain't gonna be producing no reggae singers king because it ain't gonna have nothing for them to be able to look forward to feeding the family from it from.
Well, my lord, is again, King, is the Trinidad mentality now. Until that could break and people could open their eyes and admit that that is what it is and step away from that, and the strong ones with who are the vision come together, then even beyond music, whole heap of different things could happen.
Now, but you can't blame the country at large,
I'm
right?
blaming the country,
Because no, I know, no, that's no. What I mean to say is that we can look at it like the Trinidad culture and gravitating to we thing. Because if you understand it, look at what it is doing dance. All half the people fed up at that kind of badness and that gun thing. But yet still when they go out dance, if they need two, three of them thing, they ain't feeling good. Understand it. The youths and them make a way for the self way. There's so much in the culture that they was even invited to the Soca Man to perform on the stage,
natural,
big
natural.
segment with the dancehall artists and big performance. And come on, this is things we could be we were supposed to be tapping into from long
Well,
time.
first and first and foremost thing, and it's not a sound pessimistic or anything like that. But first and
Yeah.
foremost, negativity and certain type of music is where you get it forefront first of all, and so that
I don't want to say that,
now
but
you
brother,
are saying, my
boy,
God, it's a
good
reality
music
too.
always stand forward, Edgin. Look
Now
at
it's a
all the
reality too,
negative
my Lord.
music it's out there. I would
It's
quick
it's
play
a
a
reality
Jah
check.
Defender before I play. You
If a
understand? A six.
if, if a man if a man use the voice and go and sing some kind of song that more kind of will, even myself, I will get a wider response because so it's set. Me and bashing how it's set. It done set so. This Babylon we living in, we just can't forget that too. So, but what I'm saying is that so that is always get a forefront. But it really boils down to the mentality of the artists and everybody who was involved around that time in my lord
Mm-hmm.
and how what their vision was. But because it probably didn't have an industry or people to really guide them and let them know, well, hey, what you're doing here is very mediocre. You need to do this, you need to do that. Nobody wasn't really setting no standard, my lord. The standard
Mm-hmm.
was the standard was really and truly low production, some low production songs that the world, the world of people hearing it now when they hear the engineer and the production, which is part of guidance and thing where you leg out onto the world too. So that is why we have all these never did grow now because nobody never tried to improve on their song. And aside from that, as I said earlier on, whole heap of ego, because Trinidad is a competitive place, brethren, as the culture in Trinidad, that one says the mentality. Now, when I say that, me and you don't have that mentality. We listeners, somebody we have missed listeners don't have that mentality. No,
Mm-hmm.
people do have that mentality too.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, we
Yeah.
talking about the ones them on the front line now. Because I
Yeah.
can't say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I can't say that now, and because I go be talking about myself too. So it had the ones way standing up on like myself and others too.
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
but but at that but the culture generally and the mentality, my lord, is we see it for myself. So to me now, it's for the ones them who don't have that mentality, the few, to try and link and try and make a bond with each other and all the brethren and them, and you know what I mean. And I feel that is the only way, my lord, we could see some things happening, whether it be strengthening the organizations, whether it be cutting and clearing away for the youth and them to do their music. Come, we go stop them who do what they have to do, Just still work with them
True.
some guide. Me
Yeah.
go and tell a man what to sing. Me have time for that. I rather we sing a
No.
song together and maybe you could come on the Rastaman vibe for that one track
Maybe
and
you
hold
could
that little vibe.
inspire him to sing something positive.
Rastafari.
You
Because we ain't come
understand?
to
Because
judge the youths and
positivity
hate the
is
youths.
yeah.
We ain't come to
No.
judge the youths. The youths and them meet. The youths and them meet what the elders leave for them. Which was a pilot too.
Definitely.
Because the elders and them
Yeah.
is not the youths and them who thief out the money from the treasury. It's not the youths and them
Right.
who thieving out the money here and there and lying to the nation.
No.
It's the elders them who doing it, the bigger people them. But we
No.
but same said we know the youths and
Yeah.
them have to understand the fire. The youths and them have to
Yeah.
understand some fire too, where they could because remember they're really emotional too. So but they have to take it as a love now. Where
Mm.
sometimes the truth will be the most pleasing thing to your ears. That kind of way, especially how they kind of fiery in this time and rebellious because
Definitely.
all this scene is nonsense.
Yeah.
That kind of way, my lord. But industry wise, my lord, respect to how the youth and them in the dance hall trying to maintain something and make it
Yeah.
grow. Because it's better
Yeah.
than what the man
Yeah.
them was in
I,
the reggae. On a
I think so.
professional tip, on a
I think
professional
so.
tip, they're doing a better job than what the man them in
I
the
think
reggae
so.
on the
I think so.
professionalism. I might
I
not agree with
think
the
that
lyrics singing,
especially with the
but
lyrics, but
yeah, but in
yes,
the professionalism of
100% I
making the
agree with
keeping the thing coming, keeping the thing a
you.
certain way. That is how it was supposed to be. But
Yeah.
the youths and them, my lord, the youths and them in this time too, that is why it's
Yeah.
them we have to be on. Because when them start to activate now and make things happen, my lord, it's them doing them not playing.
No.
Them ain't go and
No.
sit down like the them ain't go and sit down like how we sit down and see how reggae music get played with and man posting and man get on stupid and which man like don't like that man and that man don't like that man. We see that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it had
Yeah.
that in the dancehall
Yeah.
world too. It always had that in life, but they're still making something happen for them. They're putting aside that to deal with their music. And
Sense.
hats off to the youths and them for that still and all the chanting some righteousness and chucking a little jack tune on the scene.
Yeah, well, you come in with something little positive, bless we still we you know what I mean? We knocking all your hustle at all. Because for me, personally, I just look on and I just watch the thing. That one or two tune I like from them, I just try to
True.
stick to the more positive ones.
Natural.
You understand? I just
Nat-
try to stick to the more positive one. But I like music in general. So if a song good, it good by me. It doesn't matter the
True.
genre. You understand? Because I just listen
True.
to a whole variety, and music. But where I admire is the structure,
Yeah.
because whether it be individually or collectively, the thing have a structure,
Yes, I.
and anything that is successful, usually to my knowledge anyway, how I just watch life and what certain things and watch how
Yes,
people
I.
just run business and certain things, I realize structure is fundamental in
True.
anything you do. Have a plan, have a mission, make sure you have a way of going about doing things and you remain consistent in the way you're doing things. You have an order to the process. All these things that, is where it
True.
brings structure to a thing. And
True.
as I said before, if we who like the reggae and who see that as we source our music, as we source our inspiration and we source our iration, if we don't develop a structure in it, it will get buried. We just know we youths wouldn't want to come and sing that.
That's right.
You understand what I say? Because I
Yes, I.
know it have fathers who have sons who they sing reggae, the son sing dancehall. As I say, it's not nothing wrong with it. I
True.
just say, you know, cause it now doesn't present that appeal to them to come in that direction because
That's
they get
right.
following, they get instructed from something else. I know I personally just be around the studio and thing chilling and things sometime and with my boy Max and Induction Empire down there, and a lot of the youths a lot of the youth siders reason with same me. I was a little far from the mic. My apologies. Yeah. So a lot of the youths and thing I just reason with, and a lot of them youths and them don't really want to sing that. But they want to make something of themselves. They want to be able to feed the mother and take shelter they
True.
get on. They want to do something for the girlfriend and these things. You understand? So they
True.
go in the direction they because there's we generating, and that's why I say in the industry lacking a structure. Because if we could have provide something like that, or show the youth that have a way to achieve something more profitable from that, we'd have a lot more upcoming reggae artists. When last we had a youth from Trinidad with boss singing reggae.
True.
Think about what I'm saying.
True.
Think about it. When last we had you know what I mean? That's
True.
why this rate logic, big up logic anyway, Malay, because he come with a different vibration. He come with a different energy. He current, but he's a man that sing. If you listen to his words, he just sing a different type of music. You
True.
know that kind of way? And
Mm.
these what I say now, boy, keeping that consistency, keeping that currentness now, boy. But I'd like to say we lacking that structure and we need to get our structure back, as soon as we could, boy. Because
Yes, we had to do it too. We had to do it, otherwise, nobody could do it. We see it sit down for 10 years and we see nobody do it. So somebody had to do it.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
that what I was saying earlier
Yeah,
on too. And we sitting down and we go say a thing. People now in general. And say,
mhm.
yo, thing. But we, at the end of the day, sitting down and complaining about it for years, it making sense.
True.
But we come in just like them. We come like we doing the same thing them doing, my love. And
Yeah.
sometimes them just need a little firm reasoning and a strength.
See.
The
See.
overs. But
Mm-hmm.
things kind
Mm-hmm.
of change up now too because man, in this time here too is a real purging time too. You know,
See.
so the strength we were supposed to be there not there right now because every man on their own scene, people changing. And everybody go hold on to Jah too. So
Well,
now
are we
the elders
becoming
them
lovers
now.
of ourselves then?
Sorry,
I say, are we becoming lovers of ourselves then?
you mean that is prophecy, my lord? All this what we see is prophecy. So until we change that mentality, we will just have to sit down here and wait on the prophecy to fulfill. We ain't doing nothing now. And I think that's the mentality we
And
have.
that is and that is where the failure is king.
And
That
that's
where
a
that
that's
where
an international
it-
mentality with I people. Because more time you get comfortable in Babylon too. Because day by day by day by day by day for years, is it 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, 6 years,
Mhm,
10 years, badam,
mhm,
40 years pass and we here and we. We forgetting to certain, not that we forgetting, it's just, it's a mission.
Leave that primal energy, you forget that
Ah,
primal energy now, And
Rastafari energy and Rastafari mission, which is to teach we children about Ethiopia and cry and fast and pray and chant. And because Ethiopia shall soon stretch forth the hands, we can't remember them things because Jah go come and surprise we, Jah ain't coming when we know. We don't know when Jah, the minute of the hour. We see what going on in the world now, my Lord. We see how far they reach within their demonic domination and enforcement on human rights and people in Nigeria. They're in business. Jah don't tell me they go do that. And
yes,
so yes, I want to do my music, and yes, I want the youth and them do the music wherever they sing and all these things, but what about the salvation of I and I? What about the salvation for the youths them? Because if we could cultivate our youth man heart with real love and our sister in heart, because these youths and them don't really, nobody born with hate, just experiences is make you don't know how to respond
but it's how
sometimes,
we
because
reaching them.
a bunch of mixed emotions, plenty of them saying, the depressed and depression is real. What them say is Jah is real, God is
That
real,
is real.
God is real, you know what I mean? Jah is real. Stop focusing on that side now. Because we both build up with that, because that's how the earth run, through negative and positive. But pull
Yeah.
yourself on the positive side, because that this year ain't really, this year will stop your creativity, stop your joy, stop you from attracting someone who probably maybe needing life, stop you from giving your mother that genuine love, stop you from loving your child. And you know what I mean? So let them come on the positive side. Yes, it had the music and all them things there, but that's the first thing we have to look for, because my Lord, if they pull the plug, my Lord, and they say you're gonna get on no current and no fireball internet for for a week or 2 3 days, we don't want to end up with different ages under mass depression and suicide. We don't want no violence. We don't want nobody beating up their mother for the phone. We want nobody tripping off. Because that's where it come down to. I ain't talking about everybody so, but I
No,
want the
that's
youth
how we're saying definitely.
I want the youths and them to see the alternative. We had the first thing we had to show the youths, my Lord, is the alternative to what Babylon showing them. And let them know that here we're going on living a spiritual life, don't mean you can't have a joy.
Yeah.
It's not like no Catholicism thing where with somebody where somebody not to be on the Catholic, but it's not like that. It's not no extremism of once you're not that, you know, you can't come in the Lord Kingdom. No, it's you gotta love everybody. You could still
Yeah.
listen to a little music within a moderation, do your thing. Nobody telling you what to do, but you have to make sure and cultivate your heart with love in it. So when your sister or your brethren come with some kind of bad mind thing, you tell him, no, I'm not on that. Simple, 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 simple. You could do what you want with yourself. Nobody can tell you what to do, what to pour on, what to think. As a Rasta man, I
Yeah.
would say, well, as a Rasta man, I go tell you young daughters and them, cover yourself. Cover your do cover yourself. The man them only seeing one thing. Because it's natural.
Natural.
Because more time will ever have all your physique and whatever. If you show that too much now, if the man them conscious something and if my conscious man might say, oh wow, and then look off. You understand? Because it's in your face.
Carry
If
yourself.
they
Carry
pass,
yourself. Carry yourself royal.
you
Carry
understand?
yourself
Carry yourself
royal.
royal so that a man don't see as an
Yes.
object. Even though you know say you're nice and you're pretty and
Mm-hmm.
cover yourself right,
Mm-hmm.
remember Jaja watching you. Don't do it for I, don't do it for yourself, do it for Jaja, do it for the Almighty God, because He will create you, and all the man them, all the brothers and them, all the youth man them. Rasta love God love all you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And stay on the right path. You know the right from wrong, it's very difficult because everything is seen is to pull you in a negative direction. You ain't going and pull up on Facebook and it's telling us, what you say, youth man, keep righteous. Do the right thing today. Don't do that wrong. You ain't seeing no post like that on Facebook and them kind of thing. You only seeing something negative, something vain. No, you could have your nice shoes. I like my nice shoes. I have a decent phone. It's a standard. You always have to live for betterment and uplift your standard, not
Course.
bound to
Course.
vanity, but lift your
Uh-huh.
standard. But we have to understand that life, that 50% of that, half of the life. Half of the life is getting up out there in this system and looking to try and see if you could pull a dollar to make sure things happen for yourself, for your mother, your sister, your child, or your empress, or your children.
Well,
That is the
it
life
makes
out there now.
here why
But
they see it, right thing?
my
Here why
lord,
they see it. You know why they see it?
Yeah.
If we is a emulation of the king,
Yes.
right? We never see a king in the palace in rags, and we never see him sit,
No.
right? And if your spirit is of kingly manner, you always try to achieve better. It doesn't matter what your cards you was dealt in the beginning. Life is about progression. Life is about gaining and achieving and
Progress.
going forward and progressing. You know, vanity to me, since I was a little youth man, I always see vanity as something where you do the wrong things to achieve something could be described as a vanity move. But if I believe if somebody work hard for something, it doesn't matter what it is. If somebody work hard or they was honest or they get fair and they get just, they're entitled to have it. It doesn't matter what it is. It shouldn't be described as something vanity wise if it is honestly earned, and you know what I mean? That
True.
kind of Bible. Same
Yes,
way,
I.
Same way,
I'm not reading what our brother said. If you're not part of
Same.
the so-called
So
elite side of Rastafari, it
you
goes
take
nowhere in the music.
music.
Well,
You
that,
take
that's,
it
a,
back.
that is a general international statement there because we could carry that outside the source of Trinidad too, and that just like everything else, just like everything else in the hip hop world, in the acting world, in everything, it have a circle where it's carry it to the straight top. But it's what you
Yeah,
had to do to get to reach there, that kind of way. Because
yeah,
remember now, these people are never reaching to the top. Whether it be Justin Bieber or whoever it could fireball Bieber. I don't know what the youth and them is really listening to be honest with you.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
Whoever it is. Now these people have a mission, Them being picked to do a certain work, which is to keep our youths and the youths in the nation and internationally very unconscious and
mm-hmm,
totally
mm-hmm,
more on the kind of thuggery, sensuality, and drugs, guns, and
mm-hmm.
vanity. So you see how they just do the thing, my lord? They're showing them the youths and them all of that. And now we talking about progress. And
Mm-hmm.
you need to have betterment in life and all these things. Now some of them will take that the
Yeah,
wrong way with the vanity, and think, but say talk about progress, I take them a vanity because but should they really had an understanding of what we really mean. So we had to
but I
bring
just
it to
break
them in
it
that
down and
real way.
I
Uh,
just break it down and I say to you, as long as a man achieves things honestly, right?
yes,
He
I
entitled to live as a king because we is replicants of the king.
natural.
We is replicants of the king, and we have to understand that we is not a people was designed to be suffering and to be lacking and to be scraping our plate. We was a royal. We was
True,
a people of bounty. We was a people a great wealth, and we had to understand that we have to tap back into that mindset.
true.
King. We had to tap back into that mindset.
Yeah, that
We,
mentality.
we, 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 we see ourselves as royalty. You know what I mean? We grant ourselves and we vibrate with energy to bring good things in we life, to bring blessings. Because I just sometimes I was placed in this position because the amount of testimonies I have. But as a man used to real struggle with the life, John know boy, and anybody who know me. I doesn't be afraid to talk about them thing. I used to paint and drive taxi and all them thing, and I struggle with the life, Virgin.
True.
And I wanted more. And me set out for more, and John know from where I was to where I is now. Me give thanks because I see we willing and vibrating that good energy, and that wanting is a blessings in your life, Virgin. Because
True.
it's not one without word, or it's not one without actions,
True.
because everything that you vibrate, you have to also activate. You have
Of
to be
course.
actionable in it. You
Yes,
know
I.
what I mean? You have to make the steps forward to make sure that your fruits bear. You have to mold up your tree and you have to water it and you have to do the works. You
True.
understand what I'm saying? So we have to understand that we's not, as I say, we's not a people to be, as I say, suffering and not really suffer. Suffering is not the word I want to use, but I, I just want to
Just
say
a
we's
downtrodden.
royalty.
Yeah, we
Right,
are
he's not a
people
downtrodden people, and
yes,
I see Karen Mac Alistair Papa comment, but don't worship it and lose yourself over it though. Right,
naturally.
and I'm glad you say that, and that is why I say the fundamental thing about achieving anything you want in your life is achieving it through righteous means,
Naturally.
planting good seeds, vibrating good energies. Doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, understand it, because you were saying what you might want out of life, defender might be why I want out of life. Yeah.
True,
And that doesn't mean to say because we on the same path, I should deny myself it to
true,
fall equal to you, to feel
true,
equal to you.
true,
You understand what I'm saying? I
true,
must be able to understand that here we're going. This is what I feel, my spirit. You
true,
understand? But as
true.
the bedroom say, you can't fall victim to the vanity, and falling
Yep,
victim
man.
to the vanity now is allowing yourself to do things that not uprightful,
You see,
not blessed.
here one to a king.
Mm-hmm.
This now come to my mind, right? You see, sometimes you say things, right?
Right.
Like when we're talking about the royalty now, and we might be talking about actual material things. There's not a big goal or anything. It could be a
Yeah.
couch.
No. Yeah, that
It
was
could
saying
be
it could be a
set.
house and them thing.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah?
Yeah,
So,
that what I talking about actually. That what my mental is house and thing. Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
sometimes now, within reasoning and Trinidad, I find, not everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like we don't reason these things. We are accustomed with one narrative. People feel Rastafari. If we speak about having a nice car or having a this or adding on a room to your house or fixing your fireball roof and building over a roof and paint a nice color on your house. Sometimes
Yeah.
people might feel it's just vanity, vanity, vanity talking about, but it's not really vanity, vanity we talking about.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
We know say no matter the car you could have never really gain the world and lose your soul. But
True.
Rastafari had to have them kind of discussion because most Rastaman feel say, as you're saying,
I see.
that Haile Selassie live one way and set a standard for him. And we want to speak or live contrary to that by saying, no, we don't deal with that, and no, we don't deal with this. You know what I mean? So it's not about love and vanity, it's about reason within having a reason where Rastaman doesn't like to talk. In
Yeah.
Trinidad especially, because all over the world man does talk it. It's
Yeah.
just sometimes we don't here have a perception of Rastafari where we had to be this kind of downtrodden people with this kind of heavy burden. We already totally burden, my Lord. Every man had a burden and every
Trust
man
me.
feel the
Trust
burden
me.
is the heaviest. But we is not that type of people. We is clean people. Clean people. You understand me? Clean as in smelling clean, looking clean, dressing clean. It doesn't matter where you have one or no. You could have
Heart
one.
clean.
You could have on a simple pants and a simple shirt, but it's clean. And you have
Mm-hmm.
your natty dread clean or your turban clean. And it's clean people. We love good standards for ourselves and our children. Because a lot of people think that Rastafari is just this kind of backyard kind of liberty. Or I don't know if that would the man, if that one certain man think that's what we had to set himself repatriate in the morning, like we had to go back there. It's hard work we have to do, but when we establish it, we ain't going to live in no no 4x4, no 4x4, no 10x10 ply shack, my lord. That's not the
Mm-hmm.
standard you put for we. If a youth man, we as Rasta not to stop fighting on with children and holding them down too. Once you see his righteousness, and a youth man will want to be an architect, leave him, let him invest in a youth.
So I
Because
say
even
that
these things we will
grace.
need. Even
Yeah.
these things we go need, my lord. If we repatriate, just saying, if we are repatriate in the morning, we need skilled man, skilled laborers, man we could do judgment thing, my lord. I don't know what they feel it is. Like it, man, we just go in
Definitely.
the bush. Or you know what, my lord? You know what it is, my lord? We throw a reggae dance every 2 days.
They happy with that.
We
They're
just throw a
satisfied
reggae
with
dance
that
every
is
2 days.
Rastafari. They're
So
satisfied
those
with it.
those who looking on at Rastafari, what they go say, boy, all them man them do is do sing about reggae, play reggae, reggae, reggae. They go get fed up. They go see this man and them is not a spiritual man. This man name is music man. You know that kind of way, my lord. So
If you really check it,
mm,
we have a decrease in the culture because of that same thing. We have a decrease in the culture because of that same thing.
true,
Because of the fact that we're not embracing that change and that going forward, because we need the doctors and we need the lawyers and we need the architect and them to repatriate. We need them to go Africa with we, because they say, come and build Africa, come back home and build the motherland. You
yes, sir.
understand? Even the king tell we, right? Even the king tell we that I go to prepare a palace for you. He never say I went to go to prepare no shaka, no a palace. If he didn't walk around in a palace and under any no a palace's dignity and royalty and proper standard and proper
Man, that's
attire
true.
and come on. Come on. So royalty is what we deserve. But we have to understand that it come with a man not losing himself in the aim to achieve things. You
True.
can't lose yourself,
That's
right?
right.
Nobody, as I say earlier on when we was talking about the topic of slavery, we can't hold on to this mentality that we're not able to dream. Because me in waiting on nobody to send me to Africa. I want to be able to purchase a ticket and go to Africa. The Belgians say go topic repatriation. Well, all right, we go lead out same way day, right? I wanted to be able to repatriate as an independent. I
True.
mustn't sit down and wait on nobody to decide when I go back home. I must be able to decide. Here we go on. My finances looking good. I go in and I go in and test the waters. I go in and see what it like. And I go through and I hold a little vibes and I function a little bit. And I come back and I decide, well, all right, I want to go and I stay permanently or whatever be the scene. But you understand my reasoning, same way.
True.
And
True.
a man can't do that if he sit down and he consider himself a bush. And he staying back and you're burning this and you're burning that. Because everything in life is a tool, King. Right? Even knowledge. Everything in this life is a tool. A person would pick up a hammer, but they wouldn't pong the finger with it. They
True.
go pong a nail. Right? So you could pick up a cell phone and use it for proper thing. You could use a computer and use it to do proper thing. Everything in life is how you apply it. If you apply it as a tool of destruction, or if you apply it as a force of destruction, it will become that unto you because you reap what you sow. You understand? But in the natural side, same way, we repent.
True.
But you know what I mean? And we sow in, so it is. So blessings in your life, boy, you know.
Yes,
So
I.
blessings in your life. Teach your youths and them to progress, teach them to dream,
Ah.
teach them to be more than just a
See,
laborer and a
see, say that, my
carpenter.
lord. See, say that. That's the thing. Most flesh on our end. Most flesh and people thinking about itself is a more selfish thing, Najee. Is a more selfish thing, you know. So if man think about the youth and think to do realize that change some in the ways internally, you know. You want to stop the hypocrisy and just live and do what needs to be done, you know. Yeah, within righteousness. But the brother say repatriation, my lord. All right,
Yeah.
repatriation. That's a serious thing. No, who really? How many people living here and really going to Africa from Trinidad? We going straight back now to 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 organization
Mm-hmm.
and and movements and non-stagnancy. So we got to come out of that. Because if we can't live here and make sense, if we could organize anybody to repatriate to go anywhere
True.
in
True.
a sensible manner, my lord. No, and then the next thing to know, repatriation is something someone had to make sure they're ready for. It's a factual thing.
And
Because
repatriation is first mental before physical.
thank you, because you go Ethiopia and Ethiopia will spit you up, spit you back out.
Yes, sir.
And if she didn't spit you back out, she could open up and swallow you up too. So they have to
Yeah.
know, the man have to know what they're
You
doing.
gotta
But
be
first of all,
ready. Yeah. Yeah.
all right, what about the children, them man? If a man speaking about repatriation, the better the child had to know about it too. You know?
Of course. Of course.
You might know every single thing on the details to know well who going and how it is up. But you have to know the reason and the purpose of repatriation, otherwise don't talk it.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Because what you're going and do there now, you're going and repatriate now and your child know nothing what going on here. When he's the one going to carry on that same legacy, you're going to leave here to fireball, you know what I mean? Stand up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all these different things. Dialogue is the most important thing for start. People if they talk, they talk, but how they way they start. And the serious ones them go activate. You
Yeah.
understand? But repatriation is a must. Because every man has to return to the own vine and fig tree. And this Selassie says members of a new race too. And Ethiopia in Psalm 68, Ethiopia in Psalm 87. The mother Israel. Now Israel now is different nations, you know, all of these the Israelites. So
Yes, sir.
I can't tell you
Yes.
when repatriation or when I will be in Ethiopia, if my youth will be there or if his youth will be there. But we know it had to happen now because
Mm-hmm.
Trinidad, the Kalalu, just like America, America is a Kalalu too. Now
Yes,
these
sir.
things they don't really work out too well because especially when living on a small little island and thing too. It have a whole heap of different things. I ain't saying mankind can't live together as one, you know. But you see when there's all this Kalalu thing and then there's no really great understanding amongst each other as human being, and then
Yeah.
as human being, it will never
Yeah.
work out. They go end up with people grudging people saying this about that. Because all remember all these things, religion and things used to divide and rule as said way
Same
too.
way. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So in reality, somebody go say so what do you mean where the mixed nation go well Selassie come and tell these members of a new race. I Selassie touch on every single topic anybody could ask. You know that kind of way, yeah, there's an
Yeah.
answer there. We are
Yeah.
members of a new race. We have to go forward and give thanks and recrown the black king and the black, you know what I mean? Black
Monarchy.
emperor and the black woman
Yeah.
said we too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And when we talk about the black woman and Indian can't really feel no way because Indian black. Everybody black or if from black is a people more than an actual color because it have
Yeah.
people who dark
I
and
say,
they and people who black like tar and they will sell out Mama Africa. They shot behind Marcus Garvey. They will sell Marcus Garvey for rice and peas. So people have to take these things into consideration too. Jah, the Almighty God, is deal with a genuine deed and a godly deed. Now, if an Indian come to you or a Hindu or no matter where it is or a Anglican come to you with
yes,
a
sir.
with a vibe of love, you have to reflect that seven times
Yes.
fold.
Yeah. God love is love.
Love is the key. God is the ultimate. God make that same
Yeah.
man we talking to. That is the only way we could sit down and solve this problem and be. But because it has so much Kalalu and it has Anglican, Methodist, Islam, Buddhist, so much of them Rastafari not even under the religion as they would say
Banner.
first. About 14
Yeah.
or 15 of them existing here right now. No. How you going and get all these men them to come down the table alive without thought and feelings? That is why we are also know the power of Rastafari. That why Rastafari come that why Rastafari is there and existent. Because these leaders and them too can't do it, them taught in their feelings, this one don't like the cow, and the next one don't like the star, and the next one don't like the monkey,
Mm-hmm.
and the next one don't like this one.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that my lord.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
The overs, this one don't like this, though. So we going the problem ain't go fix until these man them change that kind of mentality. The same thing going on in Rastafari leadership. Where, alright, and I is a Nazarene, me don't eat vine, me don't eat meat and whatever, etc. It's different things.
See.
Rastaman as a bobo,
See.
right?
See.
But I know people and think might eat a little chicken. You understand? Because if you living in Trinidad, you tell me nobody around here eating chicken, you're gonna be lying.
No, life is life. Life is life. Life
Right.
is life. Life is life.
Natural. No. If I know you and we have dealings and we going on with love and righteousness, maybe you know we real. Maybe within
Yeah.
as Rasta, you might tell a man, my lad, ease off for the meeting, oh my lord, them thing unhealthy. Is that my Rasta man telling it to praise I listen last year, not you might sit down. But at the
It's
end of
just
the day,
from a health
healthy.
wise
Yes.
standpoint. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, no, I not going and focus my life and all my energy in our dealings about that.
Yeah.
You know that kind of way. So,
Because that don't define you as a person.
no, my lord,
That don't define you as a Rasta man either.
if you take up that, if I take up that, if a man take up them vows and take up that, that if I will take it up, but it's a very important too as
Yeah.
part of the vow because it only make it at the end of the day it only makes sense too. You understand? For longevity and a more
Yeah,
healthier
as you say, health wise and more health, yeah, health wise
yeah,
and thing. Yeah, for the
natural, but
physical
it already
life.
but human relation shouldn't boil long and what a man eating in the living room. I don't
As
eat
you
it,
say,
but I
yeah.
do business.
Yeah.
If I had to go and sit around a table with a man who is not a Rastafarian, because but he's a human being and he represents a portion of humanity through wherever they may be or whoever they are. I have to
Yeah.
sit down with the brother, give him total respect from the man respecting I and I people too.
Mhm.
And that what we
Mhm.
had to do. Man had to stop carrying feelings and then there's a sensitive topic here, but here what's going on. The ghetto youths, the youths and them. I just want to say, see the gang thing is
Yeah.
something where it just made to destroy you and make your mother cry and make your father get frustrated and hurt your sister.
Exactly.
But they go cry when you're dead and thing, or if you're dead, or if you get bullet, or if you end up in the jailhouse, or whatever tribulation they go through because you can't live that specific type of life and feel they go get away all the time. So
Mhm.
I know the youths them, if you have any youths where they were tuning in right now, the young one them, if you know, say well, you feeling that vibration to just leave that vibrations and to leave that negativity alone. Do it, my lord. Do it, sister. Do it. Because that will save your life now. And then here what going on now. You will have less things to keep in your mind to hide from your children. No. When you're doing all kind of mad thing and you can't think to know, you can't
Mhm.
don't run away from here. When you get older, you can't control what God put in here. You have to lie down in night with that.
Mhm.
You know, guys? So you really would love to see the youths and them just stop for a moment and just know that God loves them. And at the end of the day, Drake, you gotta be careful what you're doing out there. The system set. Satan is a deceiver. Satan, the world has been deceived. But the pastor don't tell the people the deception. The leaders, these religious leaders, don't sit down in the congregation and tell the people the deception. The deception all in the glass case in Frederick Street, it in Fireball Movie Town. It up in South up there, all of the Chuck E. Cheese and all them thing, all them, that's the whole life. The fashion where they go tell you to wear, they go try to dress the woman them naked, and then they go try to dress the man them with their pants
Like woman.
by their knees.
Like woman.
Thank you, my brother. Like in
Yeah,
tight
there.
pants and thing, the whole contrary business now, my lord.
Mhm. Mhm.
The youth and them have to see that's the deception to pull you away from a natural balance, mental, rather than to be kind of haywire going and putting on feminine clothes, acting feminine, listening feminine, feminine mentality, or whatever it is, my lord, you know. The youth
But
and
let
them
me
have
talk
to
solutions. Let me talk solutions.
the
Right?
solutions. Yes, I.
When I say let me talk solutions on the same topic in terms of what you think we could do to improve that boy bedroom boy.
We gotta sit down and talk to them youth and them and show them we love them.
But how we reaching them?
We gotta find a way.
What you think about a Big Brother program? If I hear about Big Brother program, like what there's having foreign and thing, where people are influenced, this come forward and mentor just one youth.
True,
It didn't have to be a majority and a multitude, right? To take
true,
away from your time and your functions. You know, a Big Brother program, we come forward, we bring all the brethren and them, all the DJs, all the singers and music, all the
true,
artists, them say me, we bring forward those who playing a pivotal role in wherever field they're in. All the video men, the photography men,
true,
we come forward and we form
true,
a Big Brother organization and we
true.
pick one youth and we work with one youth and we give the youths a direction because we might sit up
Right.
here and say, by them youths, Jah love you and Jah love you.
Now we gotta
How
go
much
out to them
youths,
and tell them
how
that. We
much
gotta
youths you
tell them
really
that.
feel on this live right now, boy, Bedrin? Boy, how much youths you think 17, 16 years on this live right now? If
Nah,
I
it
get
don't.
one, I feel real grateful.
But
You
that way we
understand?
are
But
we just
understand, we need,
that
yeah,
way we
yeah.
are up to them. The only way to get
That's
a
what I'm
little
saying. And we have to create a structure. We can just say we upgrade to them because
that's the
we can reach them if we do have a structure to reach them. And I think
that's
that's a
right.
real good idea. Sometimes I just sit down and I just meditate that. We create a little non-profit organization
True.
where it's not about money and not about power and
True.
dictatorship. Is about we learning if it's an hour out a week day out a week or 2 hours out a week to sit down with a youth man who less fortunate who probably do have a father or do have a mother, do have a aunt or a uncle. Sit down with them and reason with them and show them life have more value to it than just being going in that direction because you were going. As I say, if you do create something, then go have nothing to hold on to because it really do have
Right.
nothing for the youths them to hold on to said
That's
ways.
right. You know what's
Yeah,
the
it's an
next thing too, my
nothing for
lord?
them to hold on to.
You know what I like to do? I would like to do personally. I would like to
Mm-hmm.
get some youths to go and visit like elderly people now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would personally like to do that. It's been on my mind for a long while, you know. Get some youths, let them go and whether they playing violin, whether they read a book, whether they read the Bible or whether they read a novel, whether they could sing, whether they could blow a flute, come and sit down with some
See,
elders. Whether they have dementia, Alzheimer's, the non-violent ones, of course.
yeah, I
Not to,
understand what you're saying.
and when you're bringing them youths and them is not to be no caretaker. The caretaker already there. What they need to do is just to sit down and come and know our
Bless
elder,
it. Yeah,
know our
bless it.
elder,
Yeah,
understand our elder, understand what you will become one day.
yeah,
You know, guys, and
yeah,
that will do so much for the youth, and that will do so much for the elder. So
yeah.
it will show the youth real patience and respect for the elders, then because that is a big scene, you know, not for the youths and them throughout the thing speedy, 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 speedy. They don't really enough. They don't really overstand the elders them because they might find well them kind of style was real old fashioned and real different and thing, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
when they could
Mm-hmm.
sit down with the elders for a moment and realize what here going on, this person I love in their heart, boy. Because I know it are real good youths out there. It's just the
Trust me, a real
yes, sir.
plenty budget.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
direction where Babylon trying to send them is to put them down a whole heap of different stressful roads now, but within their heart, them have love in their heart. Them know
Yeah.
them want, you know, them have love and they
We
want
have to
love.
remember, what the next generation become, bedrin, is up to we.
Of course, definitely, my
We
lord.
responsible for the next generation. Whether there is bad boy, there's criminal, there's no matter what it is, we the elders is responsible, because
Yes,
the
sir.
manner is the manner is today is tribute to the neighborhood I grew up in. The
True.
elders and the kind of cause I still grew up in a time when we a neighborhood used to look out for children and that kind of vibe and them kind of thing. So I had was to be respectful because my neighborhood required that of me. Because my father was a respectable man in the neighborhood. So me
Yes, sir.
couldn't diss that order. I had was okay. Or no matter what I doing with my friends and them in the dark when I in the light, I
True.
amongst thing I had to function properly because that is the order was set before me.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand? And if the youths and them do have no direction, King, because we go back to the single parent argument, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of youths growing up without certain, especially a father, role in the life.
Yeah.
Right now, we're not using that as a crutch because definitely we have examples of youths who grew up without a father and turn out properly.
Yes,
So
sir.
we're not using that as a crutch, King. But what we're saying is that I could guarantee you if you sit down with those same youths who turn out properly, they could tell you the struggle was tough.
True.
The struggle was tough to find yourself and to maintain a balance it was harder. I grew up with both parents. I grew up with my father and my mother till I was a big man. Practically till my 17, 18, you know what I mean? So I had that structure from them. So I give thanks at that, but I know a lot of youths not fortunate that way to grow up with both parents and have that kind of vibe. So it come back to saying that those with a voice that are really come forward to us. And I mean talking about just come forward with a post and come forward with a once in a while tribute and a you know, me talking about I talk about a dedication. I so serious that if all you want to start a Big Brother program in the morning, non-organized without before we finalize all the paperwork, I willing to start in the morning. That's how serious I is. If 2 3 men reach out to me, DJ boy, think we find out a good home and we go in a home and we visit some boys. And we talk to them and we sit down and reason and who we see receptive to we gravitate towards them and we pull them in and show them a different energy and a different love. Because it doesn't take nothing to show people love, you know, dog. You understand? Like one of the freest assets we have as human beings, you know. You understand? But because I have a youth man, Dan. I have a youth man will be 20 years this year, right? I have a daughter will be 18 years this year, right? And I give thanks to Jah for the way they turn out in our life. And it's not just me, and it's not just, you know, but the teachings was important. The leading by example was important.
True.
Part of the reason why I just get up every day and still function under Lions Den banner is to show my children, no matter what age it is, it could go for a goal.
True.
There are no limit to goals in life. You
True.
understand? Because when I started Lions Den, I was 36 years king.
True.
My children was done big teens and taking care of themselves. And you
True.
understand what I saying?
True.
So part of my drive now is to show them that no matter what life bring you, you
Yeah.
always had the opportunity to still rise up and come forward and present yourself.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
understand that same kind of way. And I think that by extension, me being that type of father, I just feel like the youths need that horse because I just go and sit down in the garrison, the King David have a song where he say, you know, they don't like me because we just sit down in the ghetto and reason with the thugs on them now, boy. But I just sit down amongst the virgins house and plenty. You know, what's the most consistent thing I just hear in the ghetto? Ras, we are no other choice, boy, better, boy.
True.
We ain't
True.
set off what we to do.
True.
Because if
True.
you check it out, if as soon as a black, as soon as I want to say it so, but as soon as a black man got a position, he isolates himself from those less
True.
who was in the struggle with him. And we
True.
need to forget that. We need to look to learn to embrace we race and lift we race up
True.
and forward we race because that is how certain races forward, you know.
Yes, sir.
They ain't forwarding because they're coming from nowhere to know because they're forwarding because the race receiving them and healing them up and giving them a strength. You know what I mean? Giving them a forward, giving them a come on. So we need to support boys we own boy. And the youths and them are telling all you, don't matter who all you see and how all you try to isolate all yourself from the facts, what the youths become tomorrow is as a result of the inability of we actions today.
That's right. That's right. Yes, my lord. We gotta stand up and speak up and make a move, you know. We gotta make the youth. We gotta stand up for the youths. We gotta speak out as man too. We gotta sit
Love
down and
alone, Jablon.
we gotta sit down and say nothing, you know. We gotta get up and speak as man and to all the listeners and all brethren and sisters and
Mm-hmm.
make a stand too, you know. Stand up for your youths, them. Stand up, you know. If you ain't care about yourself, care about your youth, you know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Rastafari, king and queen. We have to organize and centralize, regardless, because that was Haile Selassie I said to do, you know. So let's not
Yes,
be disobedient to what Haile Selassie said, you know. We have to
yes.
organize and
Mm-hmm.
centralize. We have to get the youths and them a forward move because sometimes the man them really know how to really represent this thing right, you know. And the youths and them have proper speech and the youths and them know how to move diplomatic. So, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Get them the forward and let them go forward and lead out and
Yeah, my lord, and we gotta continue the dialogues and speaking the truth, speaking out the plain truth, you know, like just like how we have these reasons, just speaking the truth about reggae in Trinidad,
speak.
racial living, speaking the truth, you know,
Yeah,
and
yes I. Yes I.
uplifting, like in the Trinidad, viewers and listeners and the people who from Trinidad who listening could get a different perspective of what they probably accustomed hearing, which is just the one thing to keep in our one mentality. When you had to really dig deep within and find yourself and find that joy now. Because people have to really, plenty people just gravitate to Rastafari, but it's deeper than reggae, and I wish the people need to know that. Rastafari is a recognized spiritual man. It's not no madman thing. It's not no bushman thing. Yes, we's bushman, but we civilized man too. We are not. We don't think for once that a Rastafarian doesn't want betterment in life and betterment for his children and progress in life. A simple thing as the way he may have his home, a simple thing as the way he care about himself. Don't be amazed and shocked by these things. That is Rastafari. Rastafari is not nasty man who think we have to be on the corner and I don't know, Rastaman have clean toilet and clean bathroom and clean bedroom. Rastaman children speaking proper English and have sense and can learn because my lord, people do not respect Rastafari in this country. That is a reality, my lord. You understand? And for the same reasons we speak about earlier on, because we don't really respect ourselves and really put ourselves in a kind of diplomatic kind of way where we can really
We do embrace it.
you
Yeah, we do
understand?
embrace it. Yeah.
No, people, that is where we had to come back to. All right. No, a man representing Rastafari and going and speak to the youths and them and things. It doesn't matter where you have one and thing, wait. But at the end of the day, you had to present yourself presentable to the people then. You know what I mean? Simple things like these. And these are the things that people just really take serious. You're not going to come in rags if you know it is that you have a
We
proper
had to
show.
know to reach youths them.
Just like the king, my lord.
Yes, sir.
Royal, time and place for everything, my lord. We come forward. When they was talking about the marijuana stuff, I give thanks. I not don't want to sound ungrateful because I can walk with my lungs freely. But
Yeah.
not for one moment or second or a minute did they think to speak about Rastafari. Maybe they did, but
When I say, all right,
maybe
right.
they did, but when you're speaking to people who are not Rastafari, who come in the crowd, there's a way to reason. It didn't really have no extensive Rastafari reasoning within moderation where is inviting for people else to understand what we are really about. I think people left every single thing there still having the same outlook of what they think it is.
Definitely. Definitely. Yes. Because we didn't achieve. We settle. We didn't conquer. We settle. You
True,
understand what I'm saying, kid?
true,
We didn't win
true.
a battle. We
That's
signed a
right.
peace treaty.
And that's what
You
we.
understand?
And,
Because if you study the laws that they implement, you
yes, sir.
realize that they still have we in a legal bubble.
Yes,
Because they could still run in your place because they
yes,
tell you entitled to grow 4 trees, right? But
yes.
you're only entitled to have 28 grams in your possession.
That's right.
Which part on this earth 4 trees producing 28 grams? When you run in my house, you sure lock me up because you done set me up to lock me up already.
True,
So how we win? We didn't win. Or everybody who think we win, I did prefer hide and smoke because that was not victory.
true.
That was a peace treaty.
And you know what, my lord? People, you don't ever be granted freedom. You gotta fight for that, man. We
Yes,
never
sir.
fight for it here. Everywhere else had some kind of rebellion, my lord. I talking about like real rebellion. Not
That's
something
what
that
I say.
not something that was could be controlled. Because here what going on. A man get shoot wrong Woodford Square when it had the Black Power movement. The police kill him. Right? Now Eric Williams come up and say, no, people was going to with his body for the day funeral, he was going to have big protest and big scene because the man died
Yeah.
in a cause, right? Eric Williams come and stop that, don't play all your matching and thing and stop that, and after that, me really, forward movement about Black Power movement, they dead. I don't know, I can't be, maybe the man them ready try, but what already come out of it, that now that the youths and them not really gravitate into that, the big man, small portion, it didn't really, you know what I mean? So, what I want to say there, right? As they see you is a rub down or unwrap the one hand. But my lord, what I would say to that, Aya, is that the only people who ever take off my turban is immigration. And that is not, and that, yeah, immigration. And me don't know how it go in different places and things, my lord. I move around the earth and police never bother me, I give thanks to that thing. And yes, the police and them working to protect because the system said that way. They hold them at the badge and the system said that way. But even enough police and soldier and coast guard and fireman who come to join and go come to hear the call and go outside way too, So I ain't here to come and burn down no police because you know how the people might say that the Babylon. Babylon bigger than the police. Babylon is a system that pay them.
Babylon is evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Babylon is evil. Babylon
Babylon
is evil.
them fellas and them swear a little old day. Most of them they running they now for whatever reason. Some doing it for the wrong reason. Most of them running it to try and eat a dollar. The system set where ganja illegal, some go take advantage, but my personal experience, my lord, is that police never come and jangle me for no weed and I have it about me and take off my turban and all them things there. Some man with Rasta man and Bobo and thing to the cousin and brother and thing in police and thing too. And the policeman respect Bobo man and thing too. You see when you want to wear when you want to wear and Rasta man too. But when you want to carry about yourself, don't get me wrong, that's some advantages man who see a good man and advantage in them too. So yes, injustice how to get licked down. But here we're going on to all that too is part of the perception of what Rastafari is here. So if you're tuggy looking as Rasta, you will get pulled along. Because really and truly Rasta ain't no tug. You understand me? So if you're ignorant and moving a certain way, police will deal with you. Rastafari don't deal that kind of way. Rastafari is not ignorant man walking on the road when you see a police. Fire upon Babylon! What kind of idiot thing? You looking to get too slack. Yeah, you're looking to get too balanced because first of all, now they ain't telling nothing. Secondly, now you want to tell them fire upon Babylon and thing. Them is not Babylon. Them Babylon paying them Babylon. And you know what, my lord? If them was not wrong and thing, my lord, now sticky this place, my lord. In reality, my lord. No.
Even the Bible speak about respecting the laws of the land.
Natural.
Even the Bible speak about respecting the laws of the land because without certain governance and people in place, we would have been a lawless society.
Yes. And Rastafari is not to focus on burning out no police. We burn out injustice. We burn out injustice. Just like
every kingdom of army, same way.
Politicians is doing justice. Employers is doing justice. Businessmen is doing justice. Man to man is unjust. Man to man is unjust. So, and the police and the real hardcore bad man, them almost is the same. Because both of them looking for the same thing. You're looking for blood. And you're looking for that money. So, and I can't glorify badness too, where in the sense of me coming to knock no man. But if you ain't too deep, it's a scene, But
I think it's about respecting the good in everything. Right? Because
he was saying, my lord. He was saying, my lord. Because too much of a black brethren and them going down in a grave and in a hole and in the jailhouse now. That is why I say that, my lord. Because it's a minority when singing music and getting through, out of the majority are you two busting their gun and want to be on badness.
True.
You understand? No,
when them have to settle for just a back end rules.
When them hear a certain song now, they activate them too. Like the reality, I remember when I was Bounty Killer, we go in the fireball up a level and thing to one. Sometimes a bad man kill for fun. No perplex them going all them kind of thing play my lord and
Yeah, become music of energy.
oh God, man, start man turn bad man overnight. One time as the song come
Music of
on.
energy, music of energy, you know.
Ah,
Music is
so,
vibration, and with vibration, there's come
so
energy.
remember a man sing a song, police and thieves in the street, fighting the
Mm-hmm.
nation with their guns and ammunition. So the policeman now went and take his oath and take his side to do what he went and do. And then the rude boy now, we ain't talking about no self-defense man. We talking about the man them who giving the youths them guns. We talking about the man them who, you know,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
watching the neighborhood, but
yeah.
watching his own back by these vulnerable youths. Not watching
Mm.
out for the tanty and
By
the little
exploiting
youth.
the youth.
You see them man, they might them a dangerous man because when them is one man, but them can influence about 10. You understand what I'm saying? Them can influence the whole fireball neighborhood, a whole heap of youths. So that is why
What
talking about
they're doing what the good and the righteous man failed to do. It come like the story of the good Samaritan. The passing over the righteous man passing over the issue. Because the righteous man and seeing the youths and give them a $20 and tell them buy something to eat.
uh
He passing them straight because he was going, he too righteous to them.
now when
Ego again.
without
Ego
Christianity,
again.
without Christianity, modern day Christianity set up, well,
No, I'm not talking about Christianity. I talking about humanly.
that,
No, in these times, the
you have
righteous
to
man
see that.
passing the average youths on the block was and not stopping to ask them.
No, well, that man is not a righteous man.
But he presents himself as such.
Well, well, there are plenty of them, so my lord, plenty of them, so all the
Oh,
churches and them, not to bash them, or not to bash the congregation, but the system of how it's set and how it changed their mind to think a certain way, the majority, because them leaning on good people too, eh? It have good people in all congregation, but the religion set away, as they say, to look down on youths, to look down on our youth, not to pull up our youth. Because sometimes too now, like look in my neighborhood now, or in life, when some people just glorify to see people sin and make mistake, it make them feel good, within themselves.
true.
It make them feel as if them holy, So when they see a
Yeah.
youth man now, when they see a youth man might grab a bag or something, or do some kind of love movement, or grab a phone or whatever, no, automatically he doomed to hell. When that is the opposite of what God say.
Away where God put us
No,
is.
they go, so the so-called righteous man now go shun him too. But sometimes too now, sometimes you're moving through the earth now, sometimes too you're moving through the earth. And a man might be of righteousness. No. Remember now too, it's better to show a man how to fish than to game fish, All these things to man have to do. But what I was saying, my lord, the man who are the influence over them.
Right.
Them is the man them we're supposed to show the youths them good because that is the man who the youths them listening to.
Yeah, but why it takes a gang leader to be responsible to have the influence over them when we as kings and leaders within we own self?
Exactly.
Because
Because
understand what I mean in that heights, right? Because
it belong to the vanity, and the big chain, and that is where them things that start to activate and work, It's what a boy seeing too. I just show you.
nah, I ain't
Yes,
think
my
so, boy,
lord.
brother boy. Now
Some
listen
youth.
what I saying, right? It's so now because guys were emulating. Guys were in front of the face and showing them well.
Ah,
But what
exactly.
about alright, but what about if a man have a little work and he secure any work here about 15 years and he see a youth on the block and he go and he talk to the boss man and he say, boss, I have a little nephew or I have a little cousin. It don't belong to be a family, but have a little family. We need a little work and he just need a chance. You know what I mean? You rather pass him every day in a big van and your nice thing or whether you're traveling and all and you
Always.
feel like you're high up on top, you rather why we can't come down. I ain't saying come down to the youth level, but understand what I'm trying to say, right?
Reason with him and give him my help out,
You
give him
have to
my
be able, Benjamin, you have to be able to meet in any reasoning at a middle ground.
true.
The reason why me and you was able to hold our Bible tonight and hold this here reasoning this because we have a middle ground.
Yeah, man.
We see a problem with certain issues, and we decide, well, all right, we will come home tonight and present it and make it into something, right?
Yeah.
So the same with the region youths now, you have to understand that it comes with, you have to come off a high horse and meet them at a level. Meet them at a place where they could understand the reasoning and they could realize it's something tangible and not just a ganja talk.
Yeah.
Because a lot of we running around with this feel like it's just a smoke talk. You burn a weed and you get nice and you talk a talk. Yeah, in my king?
Yeah, kind of breaking up a little bit by you know.
Yeah, in this static animal. Alright, but we there, we waiting we timing. We done about 40 minutes over the program already. Right? You just hold a little vibe still. I really want to introduce this video here again now, my brother boy, right? I really want to introduce this video here again. I go pause your audio for a second. I know you're hearing me, right? I will just pause your audio for a second. And I go run this here video here for a little bit. All right? Yes, kid.
Don't shout it. Yo, it's a defender burn the wicked in a hurry. They can't stop my flow. Can't stop we all know. Cause I see I bless I soul. They can't stop us now. Can't touch me oh no. But the most I make us grow. Bad mind and envy, them want pull you down. Bust them a half and defend your crown. Don't make nobody try push you around. You're not taking no bullies and from another ground. People will do anything nowadays. We hold you back, we hold you back. Smile in front your face, behind corner. Them plan them attack, plan for attack. Them spell propaganda. Hold the team out, say this and that, say this and that. Yo, last time I burn them in the fire, yes, me burn them up so hot. Nobody can ride me after me, I know mule. Man a professor in a DJ school, comfy and still see I golden rule with the words of me mouth, microphone and me tool. Don't shawty, you know we are no fool. Enemies them a my footstool. We say bad mind, ain't no friend of mine. Them a human swine, them unkind. They can stop my flow, can stop me oh no.
Huh?
That particular video was shot where? In
Paris.
what country? Paris?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes, alright.
Cause I see I bless I soul. They can't touch us no. Can't stop me oh no. The most I bless I soul. Them want try stop you, them want try stop you. Tell them go away. Them can't touch you, them want stop you. Them want try stop you, tell them run away. Yeah. Kissing I see I got and got you with the blessing and the most you know it's true. Wicked dirty Babylon, them a forget slew. Them a boo, me say me ask them a who. Yeah, money.
You say something, King?
That was a freestyle, you know, Dre, the man. It's business, you know, so as an artist, a man go get an offer to do all EP and he agreed.
Yeah.
And I had 2 weeks. And I have 5 songs to do. Send me inside the booth now. I do one, then I do a next one. And I went to man vibes up the others, and in 1 week you have a EP, my lord. Finish up that. If you really listen to it, you might hear that kind of freestyle vibes in it, you know?
Nah, well, it's song good, man. It's one of my favorites. The reason why I picked them 2 songs in particular, them 2 songs I like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I connect with them 2 energies.
Straight to Trinidad, burn the fire. Hey, we are Rasta. We are yellow, the lion of Judah. Boom. They can stop my flow. Can touch me, oh no. Cause I see I bless I soul. They can stop your flow. Can touch me, oh no. Cause I see I make I grow. Again, bad mind and envy, them want pull you down. Dust them off and defend your ground. Don't make nobody try push you around. You're not take no bully instant from an old ground. people will do anything nowadays. Fi hold you back, fi hold you back. Smile in front your face, behind corner. Them plan them attack, plan fi attack. Them spread propaganda. Hold the team out, say this and that, say this and that. Dan shawty, hold them in the fire and we burn them up so hot, hot, hot. Nobody can ride, we after we are no mule. Man a professor in a DJ school, compete still Selassie I golden rule. Microphone and the words are my tool. Yeah, don't know, we are no fool. All enemies are my footstool. King Selassie I
Big tune and all, yeah. Yeah, big tune. I tell you, listen to the words. Freestyle man, say, you know.
Can't stop me, oh no.
Freestyle, you say, you know, King. That big tune, you know. Your audio cut off again. Press back your audio on your camera.
Yes,
Right.
I give my Lord, yeah, man. That song is about how old? About 5 years or something. So
That tune tough. That tune tough. You know, the words fit. Even if was a freestyle, God bless you with the words in the right time, man.
give thanks, my friend. Give thanks, give thanks.
Cause Selassie I make me Rastafari. Can't stop us no, can't touch me oh no. Cause Selassie I make me grow. Yeah, yeah,
All right, Bedrin. So we closing up the thing. We give thanks to the Sheng Bedrin. We give thanks to coming out and get all in our Bible with we. You know?
Yeah, man. Give thanks to the give thanks to the program. So, that continue to cut and play and be the strength and the vision to continue with the program as well, you know. And big up to all the ones who are viewing, whether they're viewing live or whether they're viewing tomorrow. Give thanks, you know, Rastafari, love and guidance. Remember, Jah is the leader. Don't be scared. You know what I mean? Fear replace faith, you know. We want to hold the faith strong. Some people say that faith means nothing, but faith is a very important thing, you know what I mean? So hold the faith and keep on just doing the right thing, man, and just let know that Jah will protect you no matter what. Jah will protect your children, Jah will protect you. Everybody don't fight with the cool thing, just give thanks and praise for life. Cut and clear, do the right thing, strengthen the immune system, boost up yourself, make sure you know more than ever. Just it's you know that trial. It's going to come a time where they're going to let you know where there's food, where you go wait on God for food, and go get your food with a whole plate and thing, and then God will be there and they hold on and wait, and He will bless you with food. You understand? But they want the faith to wait now, they want the patience now. So there's a trial. You know, if you jump as Babylon, say boom, and they jump and they start to get hype and frightened and thing now, like what Babylon want, for you to get frightened and like you forget about God, and you forget to go and talk to God, because they come around food to find the solution. You know what I mean? So, you know, people have to forget about too much, you know, ease upon the external pleasures, you know, ease upon so the eyes, I'm singing the song, the late great word Benjamin, the eyes of our appetite is sometimes slack, can eat everything inside to infinity with no hold back. You understand me? So we have to control what we let and the eyes see, because we always want to see more and more and more and more. So, you know, we keep the balance within life, we keep the balance, you know. One part of life is out of the system to pull that money and do what we gotta do. The next part of life now is to maintain the spirituality and salvation. Salvation is peace of mind. Salvation is faith within you and your Father and your Creator. That peace, man. And that is what people need to find, because so many young people, elder people, all kind of people, they are stressed and struggle. They're going through different things in their personal life. They're going through with their bills. They're going through things in their relationship. They're going through things with their mother sick, the parents sick. The children, you know, some kind of thing needed, something always one thing. It always has something to break the spirit. You have to just rally and hold it on, because it could have been worse. You understand? Make it into life. If you have a phone and you have internet and you have a TV and you fridge have something in it and you have a car have gas in it and you have something in your pocket, it might be big. Give thanks to somebody when I nothing. That's something you get right now and don't get no internet. It have all these different things, you know. But you want to say, Bridget, and I believe it's possible. your time, you know. I will say it on here, I will say it here.
Yeah.
You gotta have a party with this, you know what I mean? I will invite party because I enjoy the reasoning whenever we go
For sure.
organize and
For sure. For sure.
conversation and so many different topics because let's boil it down to maybe a two topic, actually two serious topic about Lord
We go
and
Saturn reason now. We go Saturn reason again. Trust me. Yeah. Yeah, we go Saturn reason. So in that retrospect, I'd like to just say next week, please God. For you go, only we at now, Jen. Only we at now, man king. Stick it to your little bit, just now. Next week, please God, we'd have Errol Graham inside, which is one of my another bedroom from out of Jamaica, which was one of Jamaica finalists in the Sweet Jamaica competition what happened the other day, you know. And I want to feature him next week and all like a small reason to him same way. So I shift in the program because I a man kind of a multi-energy, That's the best way to put it. As a man that's vibrate on different frequencies. And this is the frequency we are vibrating on at the moment. So definitely we would have a part two to this reasoning here. Kid. We go sort out the little small thing and fix whatever little issues we had to fix. Next reasoning, we proper in the inside.
yes, my Lord, that's the power of guidance.
So I want to personally give thanks, brethren, for your being here, for your reasoning, for your heart of love, for your strength. I pray on you goodness, prosperity, long life, longevity. I don't know your daily tasks. I wish you strength in them. You know that kind of working. And for the issues, same way, strength, same way. You know what I mean? Blessings. Give thanks for being here, man. King, man.
My Lord, that's the power of guidance. Till we meet again, you know. And you know,
All right.
we just keep it. God is love, so let us all love, you know. Emmanuel, I
All right.
Selassie, Rastafari.
Rastafari. Honor. All right, all so let them know we all a little reasoning with the king we inside. Big up the brethren. We give thanks for him being here. The program was nice. The reasoning was nice. I personally enjoyed the little vibe also. We give thanks for that. Right? We give thanks to everybody that take the little time out to come and show with the love. Just want to take a little few minutes just to big up everybody. Karen McAllister, big up yourself. Princess Hernandez, big up yourself. Kerry Del Pesh, Blood, big up yourself all the time, Jen Everton Asha. Give thanks to the contribution, give thanks to the reasoning, say making in your own way, you know. Laurel Loggy, I hope I'm saying it right. Blessings, give thanks for you being here. Camila Kamabash, blessings. Candace Karut, blessings. You know, give thanks everybody for coming out. Your child flag man, big up myself, boy, my big brother, boy. I don't know the thing go. Love and manners still. Brandon Jerry, Bojo, big up yourself, King. You know, give thanks everybody coming out and all any little reasoning, all any little vibes. Next week we're doing it again. As I say, we are Errol Graham inside. Virgin from Jamaica. You just come and touch with me and give you a little few vibe on how the perspective is in his part of the Caribbean, his point of view on the industry and the way things going. And I want to touch on feature his video because his video stand out to me. You know, the tune is real nice and I like the visuals that come with it. So next week we'll have my boy Reggae Max on the inside. You know, so I just want to say love and blessings to everybody, you know. Junior West, big up yourself, King. I know you're not rich, but don't worry yourself. The program will be on the different page. As I say, we live on my personal page, on the Breaking the Loop page, and also live on YouTube on my Lions and Production page. If you haven't checked it out yet, just type in Lions and Productions on YouTube. If you type in Trinidad, it will come up at the top. Is a picture of me, so you must see it. Well, I could just click on it, follow, like, and subscribe so you go catch everything because you don't know how the thing just goes. Sometimes Facebook just kind of try to dictate the energy. And so YouTube and them places a little bit more leading the same way, you know? So, well, you still go and check out the YouTube page. But as I say, we live on the 3 different platforms. So it would be live, it would be there. For anybody who want to review it, share it up, or you go and share it, show it a little love after. Give thanks, you know? So I give thanks everybody being here. I have a little one more tune. I played earlier one, but I just want to play it again for those who know or for those who going out. You know, we'll go out on this one, all right? So love. Well, let's send some comments, well, let's some love. Oh, love Mr. Clark. Yes, yes.
None of them no rough like Jah. None of them no tough like Jah. All them a pose with rifle and automatic fire. Still none of them can boss it like Jah. None of them no tough like Jah. None of them no rough like Jah. Still I see I say him a the ruler and the emperor. Them can't shake up the earth like Jah. I ask them what that them defend. What that them a teach to the little children. Too much of foolishness and ignorance, friend a kill friend. I just righteousness me recommend. Wrong influence to the younger generation. All upon the mind are just gun meditation. Sing more songs of truth and positive inspiration. All them a do a mislead the whole damn nation. Whoa. None of them no rough like Jah. None of them no tough like Jah. All them a pose with rifle and automatic fire. Still none of them can boss it like Jah. None of them no rough like Jah. None of them no tough like Jah. King Rastafari, him a the emperor. Them can't flash lightning, roll thunder. COVID-19 lockdown 2020 and still people are dead of plenty. People lose them jobs and them no got no money. Politicians secure them family, don't collect him salary. Overwhelming frustration, people crying out. No help at all, government don't thief it out. Them judgment it coming no doubt. Still I see them a wear me shows. None of them no tough like Jah. None of them no rough like Jah. All them a pose it rifle and automatic fire. Still none of them can boss it like Jah. None of them no rough like Jah. None of them no tough like Jah. Jah Rastafari, earth rightful ruler. Them have to bow to the emperor. Yes, we're living in the bottom of the Caribbean Sea. Trinidad and Tobago, sweetie auntie. Wicked politician, them a pressure we. Rude boy, them a murder them own family. Friend a kill friend, yes, the place gone crazy. Them no want to work, their mind so lazy. Social media, Snapchat, TikTok, IG, Facebook and WhatsApp distracted easily. Can't function without Alexa or Siri. Them a rig them election with them technology, and still them no bigger than the Almighty. Jah defender tell them, none of we no rough like Jah. None of we no tough like Jah. You say them bad, and them got them automatic fire. Still none of them can boss it like Jah. None of them no rough like Jah. None of them no tough like Jah. Them can't flash lightning, them can't roll thunder.
Love. I give thanks to everybody being here. Give thanks to the health and the strength and the ability to host this program tonight. Love and manners, everybody. All be safe for the balance of the week and the weekend. Same, right? Strength, manners. I just drop my bed, Jen. Release, wagon, my soul, yeah. Goodness, love. We'll go and check out Kendall Jack Music online. Release done on the YouTube. See me, go and check out Jah Defender Music. Check out YouTube. Type in Jah Defender. You're going to see his music come up. Follow game, and subscribe, share music. You know, like the thing, show the love. Because that's the only way we art form could go forward and progress. If we show one another love. That's where the youth part of the youth strategy that they're using to create something for themselves. They're showing one another love. They're going out to support one another. You understand? So, well, let us go out and show the love to one another and maintain our good energy. All right? Respect and manners.